Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. We are back live once again. Leather Pocket, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. My name is Grant. I'm sitting beside the one and only Mr. Benny Franchise. Francis, how are we today, Mr. Francis?
Great. Super excited again.
Indeed. I have a funny feeling for today. Today could be the day. Of course, we're watching Mr. John Schmidt attempt the world record for the straight pool. Exciting day. Lots of pool in store. And if you are just tuning in, you know what to do from here.
Share
Help us
that
out.
stream.
Yeah, you know it. Hit that share button. Let's reset the scores. And his high run, I believe yesterday, was 224.
224. He ran a 170, a 199, a 154, 186, and a 224.
What happened to our other camera over
Looks
there?
like it reset itself.
It sure did.
Today we got multiple angles. I'm recording from another angle as well. So there will be no discrepancies.
Ain't that the truth?
And we got Mr. Dave Harding in the house today, racking him up for Johnny. Volunteering the racks, very generous of him.
Indeed.
He's a huge lover of the game too, so not surprised at all to see him in here
Yeah, right.
getting it done.
Is he starting at 224? No, Gord. That was just his high run of yesterday.
So if you guys are new to 14-1 or straight pool, you'll see he's got one ball out in the open, so he's going to pot that ball. He's going to send the cue ball into the rest of the balls. Every ball is worth 1 point. You can shoot any ball at any time. And he'll run the balls and then leave one ball up like that and try to play shape on it to go into the cluster again and continuously run balls.
What's going on, James? Tuning in, Lincoln City, Oregon in the house.
And if you guys are wondering why he moved the cue ball,
It's opening frame.
at the opening frame you get ball in hand on the cue ball and the object ball.
Nice little combo setup here.
And so John's going to play till around 6 o'clock, I believe, today. He said he's feeling pretty good, so I think we're going to see a long session today. He's hungry for a 300.
Well, I kind of get a little bit lucky in that sense where he is staying at my house, so I get to talk to him a lot after this is all said and done. So I think today might be a little different from the other days. He may take about an hour break. He didn't want to go too long yesterday. Tonight may be a different story.
Okay.
We might get to see him take an hour break, and I think he's really going to dig in.
And just give her.
And give it.
I love it. I love to hear it. I want to see how many balls this man can run in one day.
Oh, I'm telling you, the most impressive thing that I learned yesterday about watching him is his cue ball control is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's out of this world.
Oh, man, he controls that cue ball so good.
So maybe we can show them the side angle as well.
We can, yeah. Let's.
Got that reset.
I think this is a little bit better of an angle if you want my personal opinion.
Yeah, once we're into the balls, for sure.
Yeah, multiple break balls as options already. He's got the 1 ball or the 5 ball. I think that's the 1 ball, yeah. I personally think the 5 ball is going to be the best break ball.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be the 5, so he's going to eye up a way to get rid of that 4-9 and remove the 1 ball. But it's a little bit tricky here. It's not
Can he slip in there right now? Just kind of nudge that 1 ball a
nudge
bit?
the 1, yeah. That's what he's doing. Beautifully played. He's on the 4 to get to the 9, and then the 7-1 can be his out balls. I believe the 7 would be his out ball, his key ball. Yeah, cue ball control is the name of the game. And we are live on Facebook and YouTube, guys. Make sure you're sharing that stream lots for us today.
Indeed, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you've gone onto our Facebook page, hit that like button. That way you're notified each and every time that we go live. Obviously, if you're on YouTube, make sure you've subscribed there.
Subscribe with the bell.
Right? Get them notifications on.
Smart shot to land
Yeah.
well above or well below this.
Below the center line.
That way he's not sending the cue ball towards the 5. He's okay going up table here or drawn to the
Is he
side
drawn
rail.
off the side rail and out? Yep.
Powers it. Perfect on the
Lands
first break ball.
Perfect. Gotta love it.
Good start to the day.
Through rack 1. And we may say miss a few early, kind of getting into the groove. But you never know. He's fully capable of just walking in and pounding out a huge number.
So one thing he did mention yesterday that really caught my attention was when he was on the 224 ball run, he kind of said, like, it would have been really hard to run, like, 400 at that point. He's like, I would have been sweating bullets, you know?
I'd like to say hi to all my buddies down at Sticks Brothers of Ventura. Hopefully Jerry McWhorter's watching and Jerry Max and all the guys down there. So hi to those guys and my family, Felicity and stuff. My one fan.
Hopefully you guys heard that. These mics pick up pretty good, so I'm sure he did.
I'm sure, yep.
But one of the things he said yesterday was, like, it would have been really hard to run 400 balls at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He said when he ran the 626, it was, like, at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
And, like, in the first hour of his play time. So we
Little-
might see something huge.
Oh, we could see a monster. Right out of the gate, we can see a monster. He's
And
in a little tough here.
And I think he knows if he's going to, like, beat the record, he's got to do it early in the day.
Yeah, 3 to the side pocket off the end rail and back up. Set on that 10 or the 2.
Because his 626 run was 4 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So if he starts on a big run at like 6 o'clock in the evening, it's going to be really hard, you know?
I agree.
So I think he'll,
But I think
he'll push.
He's getting into that mindset right now of really wanting to go deep. Right? Day 1 on this table, I think it was more kind of just feeling it out a little bit, getting used to the table.
Now it's go time.
Now I think he's all in it.
Yeah, I think we'll see him make a push like early in the day. He wants a 300 for sure. And it should be noted, it's not all about running 800 balls.
Yeah.
And John's pretty adamant saying, you know, if he could just run like 200 5 times in one day, that's incredible, you know?
It's massive.
So if over the course of 4 days he runs like a handful of 300s, maybe a 400, that's good enough, you know? He doesn't necessarily need to break the record.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that he's had one run where he strung together like 400 or 500, and then he scratched and strung another monster 400 or 500. So without that scratch,
Over
he's
1,000.
shot over 1,000 balls without missing.
Without missing a ball. 1,000 balls. That's incredible. We were talking about that yesterday. Like, if I go like 30 balls in a row without missing, it's pretty incredible, you know?
Yeah.
1,000 is like an astronomical number
It's just not human.
without just shanking the ball into the rail, you know? Like, how do you not miss?
Yeah.
He's looking good here. 10's a beautiful break ball. He's got to be in love with that. And
No
And
doubt.
the 4-8 is such a nice finishing.
Nice way to get there.
Yeah, a little finishing pattern there is perfect.
Wants to land fairly straight on this 4 ball.
And he recognizes these end game patterns so early in the rack. So he picked apart
it's
like
crazy.
the last 8 balls were all knowing that this would be the end. I can just roll this in, get whatever angle he
He's
wants.
cooking through these racks, let me tell you.
He's going to leave lots of angle. He likes lots on these shots because pockets are big. Let's not beat around the bush, right?
Right? Alan says, I can't wait till my local 14-1 league starts back up. And you know, I got to say, Ben, when I know I mentioned it yesterday, but you had mentioned when we started the Q Sports Live, the CSL IPL pool league, you'd mentioned 14-1, and I was just not sold on the idea. And I'll tell you what, is my mind ever changed?
Grant's going to start listening to my ideas now.
I'm telling you what, we're going to add that game into the CSL.
And
IPL.
next will be one pocket
Then
ghost.
It'll be one pocket ghost. You got it. You got it.
John showed us the way. Maybe
Well,
even that
listen, I've
maybe
hit
even that
one.
weird rotation game where you get to move one ball. I
Yeah,
love that. I was
man.
playing it yesterday. It was
Yeah.
great. I only ran out once in like 10 tries.
I'll tell you, man, it's it's I can't wait to get that thing done. There's some thought that has to go into that on how you would put the different divisions and what's the benchmark and so on and so forth. But
Which I've already figured out because I've already
I
been
love it.
thinking about it
I
so
love
long,
it.
right?
I
And I've
love
already
it.
tossed the ideas around with people too. So,
That's perfect.
oh, look at this. Speaking of perfect, look at the break shot. He just gets a huge amount of movement.
He's not in such a good spot though.
Yeah.
He got lots of movement,
Bit of
but
a tricky opening shot.
he's
Unless you
in.
can just see this one, then it's no
Oh,
problem.
is he gonna swerve this thing in there?
Yeah, he wasn't shooting it right away, so I think it's pretty tough.
Yeah, Lou says, holy crap, how big are those pockets? 5 inch. They are, corner pockets are just under 5. The side pockets are just over 5. So they're a little bit smaller still than what Jason Shaw had when he was breaking the record.
No sweat, says John.
Yeah, no issue here.
That was a good opening shot. He made it look way easier than it was. He actually had to masse that ball a little bit in a
Sure
very small
does.
distance. Is not easy to do.
And to squeeze that last shot by that 4 ball, this guy shoots straighter than Wyatt Earp, let me tell you.
Yeah, this is going to be a fantastic day.
Nice little shove on that 3 to put that in the break spot.
I think he'll probably use the 5 as the break ball. Look at that, he nudged the 3 again.
Now he's got
Now it's the
options.
3, right?
Now he's got options, the 3 or the 5. Options are good.
I tend to think he probably likes the 5 a little better. He's
well, I
tended to
kinda
like
like
the
that
higher ball, but
Yeah, I like that 3 ball. I think he's just going to plug this 13 out.
oh yeah, that tells me he's playing the 3 for sure
Yep.
as the break ball. And he can shoot the 6 in that top left corner. He doesn't need to play it in the side like he was looking there. No big deal. Plenty of room to work. Shoot one of these in the corner and then
Yeah.
shoot the 6. And if he's going to use the 3,
Oh, yeah, here we go. The
yeah,
9.
he wants to save the 7.
Yeah, 9, 6, 5, 7.
Should just be able to pinch this and kind of stun it there. Yeah, perfect. Right in the middle of the pocket. And we'll really get to see these little end game patterns. He's so good at them, you know? So good at them. Just finds the simplest path all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, and Alan, it's kind of hard to see from our angle, like exactly how good those break balls are. So I think the 3 is definitely the better shot. But the 5 was very doable.
Look at that in, 7 minutes?
Yeah,
We're
3
in
racks.
Through 3 racks.
Yeah. Yesterday he was around about 10 racks every half an hour. So if he can keep that pace up, he's going to pot a ton of balls today.
So true. Yeah, Dave, let's go, guys. Get that stream shared up. Comment on YouTube. If you are tuning in on YouTube, you can always copy that link and post that to your personal page. You never know which one of your friends happens to be a closet pool junkie, would join in, want to be entertained by Mr. Schmidt.
So you know what's going to happen today, because I was watching this morning, is the UK Open is going to come to an end. The matches today, they're gonna come to an end pretty soon, and then everybody's going to switch over and watch this, right?
Yeah, of course.
But the UK Open is getting into some juicy stages.
They are.
So I was watching a little this morning. Johnny Mora snapped off Billy Thorpe Hill.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy match too. Like Billy got to the hill first.
And John
At
made it
8-7, John made a hill, then played a gross safety. It was so gross that Billy was like, did that ball move? He was thinning a ball. And I went back and watched it after the match was over, and it like barely moved.
Wow.
And he jailed him, super jailed him. Billy kicked and did not hit the ball. John took ball in hand, ran out.
Unreal.
Ran out lefty, by the way.
Jeez.
I think that was like third round of winner's side, so Johnny's looking at a deep run there. Speaking of Johnny's, Johnny Schmidt over here just going to work. He's got another really good layout here.
He sure does. I think we can see just some monster runs today.
Looks like the 12's a good break ball. That's the stripe.
I
Kinda
run
near the
so
top of the
far
screen.
on this table is a 2-2-4.
Corey saw that shot, yeah. Oscar and Nick still alive. Mike Orvis says Sky's up 5-3 on Rompinen. That kid is like 14 years old or something. Little Finnish kid, and he plays unreal.
Chris is asking, is this a pie in the face match? We actually did talk about it, believe it or not.
Funny he brings that up.
Right? What you're watching is John Schmidt go after the world record held by Jason Shaw at 7-1-4. Whether he can do it or not, yet to be seen. I personally think he can, but he doesn't have a lot of time. He's got tomorrow and Saturday on this table, and that's it. He's got to run back, take care of some personal things with his wife, and I think he can do it. But he certainly did talk about it this morning. Maybe there's a way that, you know, everybody would be interested a little more if he was to get pied in the face if he doesn't run over 200 a day.
Yeah.
And you know, we'll see. We'll see. I think personally that's a bet I wouldn't take. 'Cause
That's
I
right.
I think he's going over 200 every day.
Eric. 5-4. Styler.
Right.
Styler or Skyler? it's Skyler playing him. But we knew what you meant.
Yes. Autocorrect.
Styler Woodward. Playing the combo here. You'll
Very
notice
nice.
how he called it. He
Yep.
calls it out loud, so that's one of the things in this. You do need to play call shot. Although you can hit any ball, shoot any ball, you do need to call the ball in the pocket.
What's he using as a breakout ball here? Is it going to be the 12 ball? Maybe the 8 ball?
Yeah, it could be the 8. I think the 8 is in a prime spot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have trouble seeing the 8 ball. It's like, no, that's the ball I want to shoot after all the stripes are solids.
Right. The brain just says, wait a minute.
Yeah, then you're like, no, I could use that as a break ball, I guess.
It is allowed. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
in the
like-
rule book.
It's kind of dark, too, so I don't like it. It's like, can't see the edge of it as well, right?
Well, on this is any miss or all ball fouls.
That's right. So he's going to use the 7. That's interesting. Yeah, I would think he would shoot the 7 now.
Yeah,
Use
I
the 8,
kind of thought the 8 ball would be the breakout,
But
but
now it kind of tells me he's maybe using the 12.
from there, for sure, he's using the 12. Put that cue ball just up by the side pocket where his tip was right there.
Yeah, he must like that angle. He just liked that path, I guess, too. You know, like the route was
Yep.
easier that way, I
Yeah,
suppose.
just natural.
4 racks, 56. He's
We're getting
moving.
into it this morning, let me tell you.
He's moving.
And guys, if you do appreciate what John is doing, I'm gonna post or pin up his GoFundMe page.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything you guys can afford to chip in if you enjoy what you're seeing. It goes a long way for John. I know he really appreciates it. He did come over and he wanted to make sure that he thanked everybody for watching and showing some support. Means a lot to him.
It does indeed.
Guy wears his heart on his sleeve.
He
If
sure
anybody
does.
knows, if you've ever followed him on Facebook and stuff, you know, he wears his heart on his sleeve.
He sure does.
So everybody tuning in, it definitely means a lot to him.
Yeah. All around, just a solid guy. 4-8 combo to start, do you think? Or is he taking the 9?
Yeah, I think the 9 is okay here. And he might play the 5 after it, kind of draw back. No, he's going to go forward. This is okay. 14 ball, he can maybe play.
Scooch back over for the 5, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he just doesn't like how tight that window is either, you know.
It is a very
a little
tight
bit tight
window.
over there. Just going to pick some off first and worry about that later. Plenty of time to work those balls out. Yeah, see, I told you they're all watching the UK, right?
Why does he need a GoFundMe for a high run attempt? Well, let's start this way. You get to watch for free. There is no pay-per-view here. We're in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, so he's traveled up here just to make this run. And I think he's fully deserving of not only the GoFundMe, but anything else that he's got.
Absolutely. It's not cheap to travel around the world trying to do these things, so a little bit here and there from some of the viewers, and it's definitely not mandatory. It goes a long way, so he can help cover some expenses, and hopefully comes back.
That's it. If he doesn't do it on this run, we've already talked about him coming back again just before the Canada event.
Yeah, that's right.
Canada Open. And Jeffrey, this is not the Predator table. This one is the Gold Crown. He was on the Predator table for the first 2 days. So if you go back on either the Facebook page or YouTube, you'll see a couple of the first day runs on the Predator table. The Predator table has 4 1/4 inch pockets, so it's not conducive to breaking a world record, that's for certain. But he wanted to kind of give everybody a clinic and a run through on straight pool and how it can be played, even on 4 1/4 inch pockets.
Yeah, we had him mic'd up. It was legendary. Raymond, the Canada Open is being played in Red Deer, Alberta, August 16th to the 20th of this year. And Dave, the gentleman racking today, is Dave. Oh, he missed a ball here. He missed a ball here.
No, he sure did.
Let's count. What do we got? 3, 6, 8. 7 more is 63. 63 ball run to start her off. Nothing wrong with that. Early days.
Yeah, I kind of figured we'd have a couple of early misses just till his arm gets loosened up. It's tough to just walk into the pool room and run an 800.
Yeah, like
right. You need to kind of get your head into it a little bit, and get the gears oiled up, greased up.
he said too after the first 2 days, he's like, can you imagine if before every match you could just warm up for an hour and a half? He said he'd be deadly, Well, most tournament matches, you don't have time to warm up long enough. He's like, I'm in dead punch after an hour and a half. And I liked that because it takes me some time too to warm up. Like, sure, I can play good when I first walk in, but not consistently.
Yeah.
Like, it does take me an hour to really get
of course.
the feel, get the stroke to a consistent rate.
Well, and I mean, he's playing on brand new Predator cloth, so it's slick and slidey, and that takes a minute just to get kind of back into the run. But I know if he misses those early, he uses that as fuel to the fire and just more motivation going into it. So
that's right. The Generation Gold Crown, it's a 5.
No, this is Gold Crown 4.
4. I always get that wrong. And Eric says he heard everyone else that tried to break the record was paid by Lob. Legend of Billiards, I believe he's referring to there. Took me a minute to figure out what he was referring to by LOB. Legends of Billiards. I don't know if they were obviously paid to have like a little exhibition.
Yeah, of course. But John came up here on his own volition, on his own dime, and it's thank you. That's what that GoFundMe is for.
Yeah, for sure.
We all get to sit here and watch for free and kind of get schooled on the game.
Yeah, and it should be noted, like, John didn't set up the GoFundMe.
No, I did.
We set up the GoFundMe for John. So he's not out here asking for anything to do this. He wants to do it for his pride.
Of course.
But we want to make sure that we help him out. So that's why we set it up.
Using the 5 ball as the breakout ball here underneath, so kind of wants to be down on that end rail.
Yeah, wants to make sure he leaves
off.
Angle to get off the side rail too. Yeah, absolutely.
Needs to be off the rail.
Yeah, you see how he uses the second rail there? Like,
perfect.
I think a lot of players would just try to pinch it off one rail and leave the angle, and he goes to the second rail. Is beautiful.
Yeah, I would agree. And let's be honest, right? We got 100 people on, and it doesn't take a lot, right? Everybody chipping in $5 or whatever.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
It's it doesn't take a lot. Just takes a little from a lot of people, and he would have everything covered off, and we get to be entertained for the better part of 6 days.
That's right. Every little bit counts. Mr. David Harding racking up the balls today. I guess they've got Wayne in here too. We're gonna have to find out what Wayne's last name is when he starts racking the balls. But I think they're gonna share the responsibility today, so it's good to see a couple of volunteers showed up to help out.
Yep. That's it. They just rolled into that rack. So the triangle rack that he's using is more or less just a guide to set them into the donuts on the table.
He almost didn't spin that one enough to get the cue ball out.
Mm-hmm.
But this is fine.
Yeah, the 11 balls
big
there.
Pockets. Oh, can we mark the score? One rack.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, it's all
I
good.
fell asleep at the wheel there.
Oh, good. Even John was having a laugh. I was telling him, it's not, because he was thanking us for what we do. I said, yeah, it's not that easy. We're not ESPN. We don't have the makeup and the audio and the visual and the camera guys.
We don't have the assistants that those guys get.
Yeah, we're out here just doing it ourselves, the whole job, right?
And we're okay with that too.
Absolutely. This is like a dream come true for me, just sitting here watching straight pool all day.
Right? Listen, if the worst thing that we have to do is sit here and commentate on John Schmidt running out balls, I think I'm okay with that.
I've said it before too, like 4 or 5 years ago, even if you told me this is what we'd be doing.
Yeah, right.
Like the John Schmidt?
Yeah, that guy. Nice little nudge into this.
You mean not John, like Pay Pompey?
Yeah, not Johnny Triple P.
The John Schmidt? Like when I grew up playing pool, it was a big deal that John Schmidt was Mr. 400. It was a big deal. Everybody talked about, now that's Mr. 400, right? Yeah. Now he's Mr. 626.
That's it.
But yeah,
and again, breaking a 65-year record held by
Willie Mosconi.
Willie Mosconi, yeah. God, did my brain never blank out there?
Blank, yeah, sometimes. It happens.
Too many things trying to get through all at one time.
That's right. So what's his break ball? Looks like the three is in a pretty good spot.
It sure is.
I tend to hate balls that are that close to the rack, but
I've seen going underneath the 3, or is he drawing out?
Yeah, I think he draws 2 rails. It's a little better for the slippery cloth. Oh, he was trying to develop the 1.
Just trying to nudge that 1 over the side pocket.
Yeah. And this is okay. He can probably play the 6, 10, 1, 12. I think ideally he was probably thinking use the 6 as the key ball, but this is just fine. Because as long as he lands relatively straight in on the 1, then it's just like a little 2-inch draw shot to get straight on the 12 as well. And he does
this one he wants to come to the right side of center.
He does want to land pretty straight in. Yeah, exactly.
If he's not straight, he wants to be the right side of center.
But not too far to the right. That's a touchy little shot.
It is a very touchy shot for sure.
He's got such good control of the speed.
Well, it's the one thing yesterday that I was just gobsmacked by is how well he controls that cue ball.
And he did mention again today he's really loving this table. He said this is like, you can put up some real big numbers over here. He told me you gotta put in some innings over here after I leave, he said. See what you can do.
I tried to hit that 4 ball. It was frozen to the rail, and I tried to hit it with outside to avoid the collision. That shot's a little sketchy with the outside with the frozen. I had to shoot it.
Yeah, of course.
Just didn't gauge the push enough.
He's talking about
the 4 that he missed.
Yeah, the ball he missed.
Yeah.
I trust you. You and I go way back. If I find out you're Jason Shaw's cousin tomorrow.
He said, if I find out you're Jason Shaw's cousin tomorrow, I'm going to be mad.
That's a nice break.
Very nice. I like how he hit it with, like, not a power draw, but just enough draw. Because if you don't hit that with some amount of draw, you'll just come off the side of the rack and scratch all day long.
Yeah, of course. Nice to get after that 7 ball right away too, with everything kind of being down at that end of the table. Get rid of that ball right away.
Yeah, and I tend to leave balls up there like as insurance too much. But I think I'm learning from John, like just don't even leave those up there.
I would
Just
agree.
don't worry about the insurance. Just trust that once you get down on this end, you're going to do the work, you know, and you're not going to get out of line, and it's going to go okay, right?
Did he get in on that 9 ball? If not, I mean, he's got the 13 as a shot, but would have been nice if he could have got in on that 9 ball, take that out right away. That
What
would have
if he
set him
sends
in
the cue ball
on-
through there right now?
Yeah, that would have set him in good on that 12 ball, but
Playing on the 10, the stripe
10
on the end
ball,
rail
yeah.
here. That's lots of angle to go up into the balls if he wants. Oh, he says he can't make it. He's got the 8 in the side if not. No problem. Or he's got this stripe up table. I don't think he's looked at the 8 yet in the side.
maybe it's hampered by the 6 ball. No, it's just looked live. There's lots of space between
Yeah,
that
he's
8,
got plenty.
6.
And you know what that could be a byproduct of? Is the first couple days on the predator table.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now he's a little worried about the sides, like
Yeah.
more worried than he should be.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because the predator table is so tight, this
It
worked
is
out perfect,
really,
though.
really tight. But that's how it's, I mean, it's meant to be played
That's
as
right.
a tight table, right?
As a player, we love that. That's what you want to see is
Yeah,
nice
and-
tight table.
To me, that tight predator table is just perfect for playing the rotation games.
Oh yeah, play
Right,
well,
9 ball,
and,
10 ball.
and one pocket. It's beautiful for
And
one
one
pocket.
yeah.
Totally beautiful. The only game it's not great for is this one we're watching right now.
You got it. Oh, great shot.
Look at that. Now he's got a better break ball. The 6 is a really good break ball now. Oh, let's see if he can give us a 300 today.
I think we're going to see a little better than that, if you want my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like he's got a 4, at least a 400 in him over the next couple of days.
I think
But we could see something magical.
I think we're going to see magic a little bit later. I don't know if it'll come right away.
It better not come on Saturday when I'm not here. That's all I know. If he's going to do it, he better do it before then.
Right? Get into it.
I thought it was kind of funny, you know, like what if he does it right now on this inning? What does he do for the next 3 days? Like, does he want to keep playing? He probably would because he's a showman.
Yeah, absolutely.
But for me, I'd be like, all right, guys, sorry, but I'm done, you know. I'm packing it in. I'm going to go have an ice bath, and
Right?
you're not going to see me again on this trip. Sorry, right? I was surprised to see him go forward on that shot. I thought he might just pinch it back.
Into the side pocket, potentially 2 rails.
Yeah, 2. Slows down the cue ball a bit. Good call there. Good call there. If he goes 1, it just wants to fly off that rail,
and
you know.
It tends to float and, you know, go a little bit farther than what you would ideally want it to.
Yeah, so that way he can kind of kill the speed of the cue ball with extra siding as well as kill it with an extra rail.
Yeah. So we do have the viewer advantage going as well. I'll put that up on the next rack that he runs.
We do have another angle going as well, guys.
Yeah, let's go that way for the break shot here.
So we can check out kind of how this looks. Our autofocus is still being finicky today, but we're not going to be on this view too long. Nice break shot there. Beautiful.
Yeah, looking good.
He doesn't need all 15 balls to open up, as you'll notice. He's going to have a little cluster on every rack, and that's just fine. And I actually think the little cluster can help him because then he can develop break balls easier.
Absolutely.
If
You
all the
almost want to have that cluster.
Right, because if all the balls just go in the open, then you got to pick around them and hope there's a break ball, or you got
got
to
it.
have a weird little nudge somewhere. This way he can kind of just go into 4 of them, and
Does he go into him right now off that 9 ball?
I don't think so. I think he likes to go in
He might
underneath.
just clip that bottom side of that 10 ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it by him, that's for sure.
No, opted for the controlled shot.
Yeah, he definitely likes to play this with way more control. Where I feel like a lot of players
Now
would
he's
have
in
went into
on it.
those balls already. He saves it for a little bit later on.
Yeah, he's into it right now.
So let's see where the break ball goes here. Look at that. 2 break balls. Just as predicted.
Too good.
He loves that little cluster he can develop the break balls. That's otherworldly.
He is attempting tomorrow. He's attempting tomorrow as well as Saturday.
That's right. Rashab, come check it out, bud.
Yeah, make sure again, guys, that you've hit that like button on Facebook or subscribe on YouTube. That way you're notified when we do go live. Join us again tomorrow and Saturday. Past that, Ben and I are taking off on. Ben and I are taking off on Tuesday early morning, heading down to Vegas. We'll be bringing you all the action for VNEA.
We are at Leather Pocket here in Calgary, Alberta. So if you guys are in the area, come watch in person. Plenty of seating around the table to watch. Cold drinks, good food. You guys know the drill.
Does he go around 2 again here?
Yeah, he likes to use the 2-rail path.
Yeah, he sure does.
That way he just ensures he's getting angle, you know. If he tries to go 1, it's easy to underhit it and not get angle. So 56 again. This guy just runs balls. He's a ball running machine.
He is. It's amazing.
Make sure you guys are sharing that stream lots for us today. Plenty of straight pool to be had.
I think he's so deserving of a massive audience. It's kind of the unwritten golden rule when you tune into a stream and there's no charge. It's the golden rule. You gotta share it.
That's right.
Have a look at this. Oh man.
Oh, it doesn't like.
It does not like it.
Doesn't like that angle.
I'm gonna figure that out today. At some point today,
well,
I'm gonna figure that out.
If John takes a break, that can be helpful.
It could be.
Right, then we can shut it down, restart it, you know, work out the little kinks. Well, the fillers run 211 in Scotch, yeah, that's mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
That
to do it by yourself is one thing, but
right?
To do that in Scotch is crazy.
You know what that really tells me? I mean, of course, Pia is an amazing cueist, but that really tells me that Josh's knowledge of the game is super upper level because he would have been coaching her through it, you know? Pay the fee.
Raymond says, pay the fee, like and share. That should be the unwritten golden rule.
John wanted to say thanks for tuning in to Raymond. I was telling him you were watching all day yesterday. He said he really appreciates it.
And hands, that's warning 1, please. If we can keep the language good, we would appreciate that.
Yeah, we don't hate on anyone here, so especially not with that language.
No.
But everybody gets 1 warning. You don't get 3 strikes.
Nope.
You get 2. And you're out on the second one. So what's he looking at here? 11 or the 5 for the break ball?
We don't mind personal opinions, just not the language, please.
That's right.
There could be youngsters tuning in to watch this, some of the junior players.
Well, and honestly, if Josh or Pia had tuned in and saw that, that's not very nice, you know?
Yeah.
You can dislike them, but it doesn't need to be voiced to the whole world. So I think he's going to use the 11 if I was going to guess.
For the break ball?
For the break ball. Look at this little
straight
shot.
Straight up, straight down.
Nice little shot through the gap and
or
back
straight
through.
Down, straight up, I guess, is more accurate.
Deadlifts and high runs is the way to be, says Raymond.
Best this week on this table is a 224 so far. I think that gets broken today.
Yeah, last run of the night. Last night he ran the 224.
I don't know if there is a way to make that easier, Gord, but I mean, we appreciate it.
Yeah, you don't have to share to all 200.
No, I think there would be quite a few overlapping shares in that case.
That's right. Just share to a few of them is more than enough, sir. We appreciate it.
Indeed. Up to the 70 mark.
I've tried to make a habit of this recently too. I can't I can't tell them to do it if I don't do it.
It's true. It's true. I guess I should get into that habit as well. My problem is I share a lot.
You share too much. It's better if I do it. They're like, Grant and his spam again.
I know, right?
Darn it.
Oh, I was going to show you that poster real quick. Sorry, guys. I fell asleep at the wheel there. Next break shot it is.
Going to be a
I'm
long
gonna
day.
hover the mouse over it so I remember. Give me something a senior citizen can play. Well, I think the 12 ball's sitting good for that. 12 ball as the start. Uh-oh. He's up. He's up. Or keep going, one of the two.
All right. I've done my due diligence.
I appreciate that, Ben. I tend to think that if I share any more, I might get put in jail by Facebook.
Now you're getting banned from the groups as well. They're
Right?
like going to kick you
Yeah,
out.
Who is this guy? Keep sharing all this stuff.
Very well said there. Shortstop on Pool on YouTube says, what I am seeing, John shoots fast, but if you pay attention, he's taking great care with exact angles and cue ball positioning.
Oh, 100%.
So he can make it look so easy that we lose sight of how hard it really is and how much
Absolutely.
care he's putting into these shots. He
It's
is
exactly what I was impressed with yesterday is the fact that not only does he control that cue ball, it's just on a string.
and he makes it
But
look
he
so
makes
easy.
it look so easy, yet shoots so quick. It boggles my mind.
BJ Fox says, those pockets remind me of Amber Heard for some reason. Somebody's got to throw in the Amber Heard joke at least once a day, right?
Right? It's because he's a machine. He is a machine, let me tell you.
And thank you for sharing, Alan. Good shot there. Is he coming all the way around?
Oh, I think the slide might get him.
Oh, he just got there.
That was brave. Super slidey cloth.
You could tell he was a little concerned when it came off the second rail.
Yeah.
But he's got the 6 up table. He's just trying to figure out a break ball now.
I think if he can set himself good on the 4 ball off the 13 and just kind of duck into that 114 and push the 7, then it gives all 3 of those as a potential. Right here.
Tried to nudge the 8 over as well, so he's going to take a couple of shots at trying to get a break ball in the open here.
I think he just maybe touch draws this maybe an inch and uses that 4 ball, go off the bottom side of the 1 and kind of graze the 14 ball.
That's what he's looking at. I'm sure he's not in love with it because it's not like a guaranteed position on the next ball. The 1 could cover the 8 in some ways, and the 14 could be too thin.
Mm-hmm. Could be trouble, but I think...
but he does need to take the chance.
He does need to. Because I think he always gets a shot on the 1 ball, especially if he nudges that bottom side.
Yeah.
It might sit perfect for him to have that into the side pocket.
Yeah, as long as it clears the 8. Oh, yeah, see? This can... He's okay. It goes in the corner. That was kind of my thought, was like, man, this can turn out funny in a couple of ways where the 1 can just go to a super bad spot and cover the 8, you know?
Yeah.
He hit it real good, and you'll notice he developed that break ball really nice. He wants to shoot the stripe and then the 1, but he's gonna go the other way because he doesn't love this angle. Oh, triple guessed. What's Amber's eye run? Barry in the house, watching and praying he makes it to 750. Go, John.
Really nice shot there.
6 racks is 84. He's playing good. Let's go. We got a big day here.
Indeed, and as promised, guys, we do have the viewer advantage sweepstakes running right now. It is for the Mr. 626Q. That is the one that John is playing with right now. Of course, made by Predator. If you do want in it to win it, $20 per ticket gets you in. just visit us at www.cslipl.com. Click on shop. It'll be the first one under shop. If you are living in Canada, you can also e-transfer. Keep in mind it is US dollars. You can e-transfer that to qsportslive@gmail.com. We'll do the draw at the conclusion on Saturday evening.
Watch what happens on this break shot. I hit the 6, and the 6 ball will rush to the end rail, and the cue ball, they meet, and I'll double kiss the cue ball right in the corner.
No,
How to dodge a bullet.
that's not happening. Calm down, John.
Maybe not. The 5's a little lower than I thought, right? Good.
It could. He thinks it could double kiss and scratch the 6. Let's watch the 6 in the corner of the rack there.
Oh my, he was not that far off.
You think he's played this game before, folks?
Right?
Oh my God.
Is there an echo in here?
Jeez. I thought that only happened with you.
Right?
Well, you know what they say about great minds.
Yeah, we all think alike, I think.
That just made my day.
Yeah, no doubt, right? That was well timed, sir.
Too funny.
So also with that 626Q, I think that'll be a collector's item because only 300 are made.
That's right.
And kind of gets log jammed in there. Might have the 9 to the side.
So with that cue, does it already have his autograph on it?
Sorry?
With that cue, does it already have his autograph on it?
I don't think so.
So that
but
could
the
be an
winner
option
could
for the
be-
winner, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want it signed by John, I'll make that arrangement.
That's right. How cool would that be?
Oh,
You win the cue, but you
amazing.
also have it signed by John right after he beats the world record.
Yeah, you got it.
Bam. Sign it with like an 875. John
Right.
Schmidt, Mr. 875.
Right? On a 626Q. How good would that be?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
And hey, Steve, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Good compliment. We appreciate that. He says, thank you so much, John and Q Sports Live, for providing us such great quality 14-1. Go get it, Johnny. We appreciate that. But again, and I know Ben will mirror my sentiments here, but, without you guys tuning in, it's, just Ben and I talking back and forth to each other. So we can't do what we do without you guys tuning in, and it doesn't get lost on us. We appreciate it.
And John as well. He really
Yeah, of
appreciates all
course.
the fans, and he's a performer. So he's out there going through, some battle here. This is
Yeah,
like
of
a
course.
war of attrition
It
too.
really is.
And so he really appreciates all the support.
And happy Thursday to you as well. I feel like the wrecker is in stroke.
What cue did he shoot with when he accomplished the 626? I know he was playing with the 12-4 Revo, but I'm not sure what the
I don't know what the
butt
butt was.
end of the cue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess a P3. Wouldn't that make sense?
I think it was the P3.
I think it would make sense if it was the P3, not the 626 P3,
Yeah.
but a P3.
Yeah.
And that's why they made the P3 626, because that's his cue, right?
Yeah.
That would add
That
up.
would definitely add up. The math works.
But I remember reading some stuff after he ran it, and he swore that he could not do it without the Revo.
There you go. Steve says it was a P3 Burgundy, he believes.
Nice. Yeah, and definitely the Revo. He was very adamant that he could not have done that without the Revo shaft.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's been playing straight pool his whole life with all kinds of different cues.
Yeah.
And he never shot that number until the Revo. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you check out a Predator Revo. Like, you probably got a friend who has one. Hit a ball with it. You're going to fall in love.
It's amazing. So what does he do here? Now, he's really good at these holding the cue ball. So does he just play that 11 ball down? I don't know if he's good, but can he hold that cue ball to shoot the one to the, as you're looking at the table, the top right-hand corner, or do you draw over for the 9 into that bottom side pocket?
I think he punches over, to play the one in the bottom side. Oh, yeah, into the corner is okay, too. He came up a little short here, though. Doesn't have enough angle. I think a stop shot is actually okay looking at the table.
Yep.
Outside of the camera, yeah, this is fine. He didn't want too much angle on the 4 there.
I would agree.
So 98, one good break ball here. One good break ball here, and he's on the first century of the day.
Well, let's look how close that 4 ball is exactly to that rack.
So
That is real close.
Dave's going to be very careful here.
He's going to have to be. I want to go back to this side angle.
Mr. Dave Harding up there racking the balls. He's a big pool lover and a very knowledgeable player. So he's the perfect guy for this job right now. So the reason he left the rack on there is kind of like as a barrier, to protect the balls. But he's going to try to set them in there very carefully. How's he going to get the rack out now? This is a very delicate move. I feel like he should have hand placed all those balls into the donuts.
100%.
Because it's very hard to get this triangle out of there right now. Yeah. No. Just hand place them in.
I agree. Much better.
And I think John told him just hand place them in there.
Yep.
You know?
That's a much better idea.
So maybe we can throw up that viewer advantage poster again while we're waiting for
We sure can.
the balls to be racked. Make sure you
We
guys get in
most
on
certainly
this.
can.
Viewer advantage sweepstakes. John's going to draw a lucky winner on Saturday.
Yeah, that'll be drawn by John himself.
And if you'd like to get in on that, go check out Q Sports Live. Oh, sorry. Wrong website. CSLIPL.com.
You got it.
CSLIPL.com. Under the shop tab, you'll find the purchase option.
Yeah, it'll be the very first option. Let's put it back on the table. Sorry, but in my opinion, the Revo is not as good as the NQ carbon fiber shaft. Well, again, personal opinions.
Gord loves some NQ shaft. That's
Sure
our local Q repair and maintenance guy. Nick's Q Repair does some fantastic stuff.
He sure does.
But right now, we'd be talking about Predator. We're watching a Predator Pro player. Sponsored Predator Pro player. And he has been for a while.
Yep.
And Predator was very smart to pick up this guy onto their team.
Without a doubt. And how are you, Mr. Brian Harder? Thanks for tuning in. As with everybody.
That's real funny, Raymond. A video showing someone racking for high run record attempt and their pre-run routine, like headband, looking in the mirror, finger exercises.
Mantras.
Tighter than tight.
Right?
Oh.
He's going to Ginsu the 8 ball here. Maybe not.
I'm going to say I'm not in love with that shot.
No, I would agree.
Not when he's, he's over the century mark now, so.
And Chad, I would have to agree with you, bud.
Oh, my goodness.
He's tree-topped a little bit, but the 14's still good.
Yeah, don't even look over there, John. There's
Yeah.
nothing to look at there.
Nothing happening that way. You get the 14, or the 14.
That's right. But watch how still he stays on this shot.
Yeah.
Watch how still his head stays. See that? So still, right?
Yep.
So still. That's the key to that shot.
I
You gotta stay
agree.
very still.
Yeah, and Chad, you and I both have the same one, Revo 12-4.
I was trying to figure out, I'm like, Chad, who are you talking to? I figured
I
it out.
only know that because he's a
That's right.
CSL IPL
That's
player.
right. Chad Latman.
That's right. I did the conversion in my brain.
Yeah, that was very good.
Yeah, he's in a little tough here.
Yeah, is he?
Is the 13-5-1 wired up?
We've been looking at it for a while, but I don't like that shot. He likes it. Big shot.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, I don't like shooting that ball. I think he just had to take his lumps and back cut the 11.
9, 10, another 4. He's
Five.
over
Another
5.
five, yeah.
Oh, 103
103.
to end that session.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Only 1 hour in.
And we got to give a special shout out here to Serge Bartran, the winning stroke. He was the one that supplied or helped us get the Predator table for day 1 and 2. out of Quebec, Canada.
He was talking about how Jason Shaw was just like cranking the brake shot with very little control.
Right.
Maybe I should start doing that, he said. And no.
Do cues actually improve a player's performance? It does. And how it does that, and I'll give you an example of why I went to carbon fiber, because I did play with Jacoby, now I play with the Predator Revo, but specifically talking about the carbon fiber shafts, the transfer of power that you get out of those cues is unbelievably good.
Unbelievable, yeah.
And so you don't have to put such a hard stroke to get action out of the cue ball. So it allows you for a little bit more control without losing the power.
And somebody was asking pocket size. The corners are 4 7/8, and the sides are about 5 1/4 inch. So they're a little bit smaller than what Shaw was running. Did we contact Guinness Book of World Records for this? Nope. I don't think they care about pool,
No.
but definitely not about this. But I'm sure, like, if he beats the record,
There could be a call made.
there could be a
Video
call.
reviewed.
Yeah, maybe a video review. I don't think you like get anything for it. You know what I mean? Guinness doesn't like pay you $1 million or something, right?
No, but I mean, hey, it would be a cool
Recognition.
little trophy on the wall.
Yeah, I know. Like Florian has a handful of them, right? Florian's had Guinness
Yeah,
in
he
there.
sure does. Yeah.
Checking his runs. What was the highest run on the Predator table? It was 126. He ran a 126 and a 118. Those were his 2 high runs over there. Yeah, and that's right. The cue won't shoot the balls in the hole for you. No matter how expensive or how technologically sound the cue is, the user still has to put the balls in the hole.
Yeah, it's still true. Yeah.
But
That's
it will
why
help.
that's why I kind of touched on the fact that it's just the transfer of power.
100%.
So even at kind of a mid-level player, in the transfer of power just simply allows you to have more control without having to overstrike the cue ball. So you become a little bit more accurate.
And my best way, I've always explained it to players too, and I think this is very important for beginner players, is that
Acclimator.
when you try to draw the ball, the carbon is like easily 50% easier when drawing the ball. And that's not
Wholeheartedly.
that's not something like that I'm guessing on. That's something that's proven with many, many different players. We almost missed that.
Yeah.
But proven with many different players. And so I suggest to a lot of beginning players, use the carbon because you can draw the ball easier. And that's one of the things that a lot of beginning players struggle with, is drawing the ball.
Yep.
What is this guy
doing? Playing a little straight pool, going after a world record, currently held by Mr. Jason Shaw. 714 balls is the current record. So John Schmidt was the title holder before Jason Shaw came and did it.
That's why you don't blast him like that.
That's
See,
exactly why.
I think he wanted to just prove that's why you don't do that.
Yep, I would agree with you 100% there. And yeah, John, he says, good recall on the name. You guys know a lot of players. We do, but, for some reason my brain just, I don't know. I recognize names. I'm not so good with faces.
Yeah, I'm terrible with
right?
faces too.
And putting the name to a face there, I'm terrible.
That's right.
So if you see me in Vegas or been in Vegas and you come up and you introduce, just say your name, please, because faces, I'm so not good with it.
No good. Raymond asked a good question. What's the high run in Canada and who holds it? I believe it's 408 by Elaine Martel.
I agree.
It could be 403. Don't quote me on the exact number, but I do believe it's Elaine Martel.
Yeah, James Barnes, they know nothing.
And so if you guys are just tuning in, straight pool is a game where you start with 1 ball. The other 14 racked. So you'll see there John took ball in hand on the cue ball and the object ball. Potted the ball. Crashed into the other 14. You can shoot any ball. Each ball's worth 1 point. And you'll notice here he'll run 14 of the balls. He'll leave 1 up. They'll rack the other 14. He'll try to cut that ball in, break out the other 14, keep shooting. The record does not have a time limit.
Which brand is your preferred carbon fiber shaft, Ben and Grant? So I'm definitely the Revo. Used to be the Jacoby Black for me. And I switched, I won't say because of any particular individual. It was really two. It was Jeff Wanless and Tyler Steyer. They got rid of the tink from the original Revo shaft. And then Tyler kind of explained the technology that went into the development and kind of how they lay that carbon fiber in on the Revo. And just happened that Jeff had one as I was talking with Tyler. So I started hitting with it, and it did take me a little bit of a period to adjust to it. But, you know, I just I fell in love with it because it had my Revo is the extra 1 inch. So it's the 30 inch, 12.4, and I don't know, I fell in love with it.
12.4 is the favored for sure. 11.8's a little thin for us pool players.
I would agree.
That's more of an ex-snooker player shaft, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And Felicity sounds like she's pretty interested in trying to contact Guinness.
Absolutely.
So,
I can. I'll do some searching.
You know what we could do, Grant?
Hmm.
We have a kind of, I wouldn't say a direct link, but we have a way to contact Florian.
We do.
And maybe we can contact Florian and say, hey, can you hook us up with the contact?
Absolutely.
Right?
I can. I've got his cell number, so I can give him a call. And
I think that would be the way to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he would know.
He'd know who to call.
He'd know who to call and all the ins and outs of what it takes to run a world record.
Absolutely.
You know, he'll be able to give us all the details.
Yep. I can get that from Florian for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not sure what they do, but I mean, obviously, it'd be pretty cool to have a Guinness record in anything.
Great thing to do.
I mean, minus like longest toenails or something. There's some weird ones, right? I think I'd rather have it in running straight pool.
How long are your eyelashes? Those need to be in Guinness.
I think the oldest person in the world passed away the other day. It was 119.
Oh, my
She was
Lord.
119.
Please, Lord, don't let me live to be that long.
She was in good shape. She was still walking around, breathing on her own.
That's just craziness.
Yeah. She was not a North American girl.
That break may not be 100% where he wanted to be.
Yeah, he'd
Let's
probably
have a
rather
look.
have a little more angle, but I think he's okay.
Oh, yeah, he's got more angle than what I thought there.
Can kind of
He's
shove those 2 corner balls out. Of course, we got Mr. David Harding in the house, volunteering a rack today. We had Mr. Kevin Beamer Beavis do a fantastic job for over 6 hours yesterday. He did great.
So John playing it up for the few that are in the pool hall on a Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, they're not using just hand racks. They're using perma rack is what it's called. It's like a magic rack, but permanently on the table. So it's little ring savers, little clear donut stickers. That's
Page savers,
stay on the
donuts,
table.
whatever
Yeah.
you want to call them.
Yeah. Ring savers, binder savers, what we called them when we were kids. Binder savers. Ryan Van Geek in the house. Thanks for tuning in, bud.
Yeah, Tyler tuned him in on the Revo as well.
And you shoot with the 12.9.
12.9, yeah, that's what Tyler plays with.
I don't know how
It's
he
the
does
12.9.
I
To
don't
me,
know how
that
he
feels like I'm playing with a 2x4, but that's just me.
Look at
I
this.
certainly like the 12.4 though.
Good evening from Scotland. It's a well-known fact that to get high runs in pool, you need to drink Guinness.
Well, I mean,
We'll let him know.
Scotland would know.
And we'll let John know. We'll get him a pint of Guinness, see if he can snap off an 800 run. Having a powwow on the rack here.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we may as well give a shout out to Predator and the cloth. It is the Arcadia cloth that John is playing on. Both of those tables, both the Gold Crown as well as the Predator table, both recovered in the Predator Arcadia cloth.
This is still the rack for the second frame.
Correct.
Yeah, his coin's still on one.
Yeah,
that's right. You guys will notice John's counting with a coin around the table as well. So every diamond is 14. If you guys want to keep track at home, if you're wondering why he's moving that around.
Well, and usually you can use the rack more as a guide, the triangle rack, right? You can guide them all in all at the same time, and they all just sit within those donuts. But for whatever reason, it's not happening right now.
Yeah, and oh no.
Give him a shot on that 14. He's going to need it.
Did that slug a little? Was that rack just slugged?
No,
or was
I
he
think
just...
it was just the fact that that's where the break ball was.
Yeah, that he was only going into the
only
corner.
hit into that one corner ball, right?
Yeah, there was never going to be a whole ton of movement there.
No.
Well, like he mentioned before, better happens now than when he's on 400. Right?
Goes into the back of the pack.
You had to miss.
Nope.
You had to miss the side on the high side of the pocket. He knew as soon as he hit it that he missed on the wrong side.
Is there a ball in there? Does that 11? Is that 11 ball wired up?
Yeah, he just said, to, I'll tell you what. So that means there's something close. I'll tell you what.
He is calling that 11.
Look at that.
Look at this.
From
wow.
in behind the rack.
How's that for a little knowledge for you guys? Hey? How's that?
He had to kick it to make that work.
Unreal. He wasn't worried. He
wasn't worried.
What a shot.
Like I did mention.
What a shot to continue the run.
A little different when it's on rack number 2, you know? When that's on rack number 22.
Wow.
Way different.
Still impressive.
Unbelievable to find that even, right?
Right? And to call it.
Yeah. He has to call it.
Yeah.
He has to
just
call it.
go kick the back of the rack and somehow make that 11 ball.
Yeah, and like for the viewers out there, should be noted, this game is not flukes. You do have to call the ball in the pocket. He didn't just bash into those hoping something would happen. Yeah,
unreal.
Great shot vision. That's right. That's half of the battle in this game is just seeing what to do.
It's unreal.
Executing it is a whole nother animal, but
it's so
seeing
true.
it is half of the battle.
Unreal.
Wants to shoot the 13, then the 2, but now he realizes that the break ball is a little higher up than what he originally thought. So he's going to use the 2 as the break ball.
Yeah, you got it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That 2 is in not such a bad spot to get lots of speed.
Rich says that was nasty. And that was nasty. That was so good.
Quite the way to keep the run going.
Right? Now, just imagine if he goes deep with this run.
This is what he did yesterday.
Right?
If I recall correctly, on the last run of the night.
Because it gets the mojo flowing. You know what I mean?
Got out of jail free like 3 times in the first 2 racks playing combos and banking balls. And then all of a sudden it went smooth for like 10 racks. So, we'll see.
9ball.com thinks exactly the same thing, right? Things like that, strangely, might be the beginning of something big.
That's right.
I so agree with that. You start to get a little bit pumped up from stuff like that.
There's a little bit.
Now all of a sudden there's a little bit more energy in the legs and a little bit more ambition to kind of dig deep.
I'm surprised he didn't wear the shorts today. I just noticed that. I think he would have been
It
wearing
is
the
kind
shorts.
it is kind of overcast and rainy and cool. I'm freezing to death.
But he's got to be boiling.
Oh, I'd
He's got to
imagine.
be boiling. Walking around the table like that's
Oh,
very wearing
no.
on you. Yeah, it's easy to scratch on that shot. That's why. That's why you don't see. Well, he's got to spot 2 balls if he's gonna keep shooting, right? Yeah, there we go. Got to have 15 balls up.
That's right.
Otherwise, the math gets too funny.
I'm just going to post up John's GoFundMe again. So if you appreciate what he's attempting to do here again, show him a little bit of love on his GoFundMe.
The greatest shot on a closed 14-1 rack seen for a long time. Yeah, he truly is a master of the game. 170 watching. That's just on the YouTube, I believe, Rich. It's about 180 on the Facebook as well.
Is that 170 on YouTube? Shows me 6 on
No,
YouTube.
it doesn't. It's lying. There's no way there's only 6. There's more than 6 people just commented in the last 2 seconds. I think it just resets. It doesn't update proper. But watch this.
Let me see it. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking.
It does that to us. It's not fair, you know?
Yeah, right? Like, what's going on?
Smash that like button. That's right, folks. Make sure you share it up. We got plenty of high runs coming today.
Yep. And you know it, Joe. I mean, sometimes you got to take the chance of kind of cracking into them a little bit hard, but that's exactly what can happen if you do.
That's right.
Looking good on this rack, though.
I think he's going to play really quick now.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's probably a little frustrated with how
Yeah,
that went, and
I
he's
would
going to try to
agree.
string a bunch together really quick.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. 6 balls, a break ball.
So I think we'll see him play like light speed for about 10 racks in a row.
Oh, I agree.
And once he gets over the 10 racks, then he might start slowing down a little bit.
Yeah.
Now he's disgusted with himself there. He came up an inch short. A full inch. Unbelievable.
You fellas sound like Canadians, eh?
A little bit.
Guilty as charged, sir. We are live out of the Leather Pocket, Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Berta.
Right? You got the 2 knuckleheads on the mic with you.
Yeah, we really should have named our company something
Right?
like
the knuckleheads.
just something involving Canada slang, so they
Right.
knew what they were
Yeah.
getting into.
That's right. That's right.
So you knew before you tuned in. Bob and Doug
rack.
McKenzie over here.
Ain't that the truth?
Couple of hosers.
Right? That being said, this hoser's going to go out and check the weather, make sure it's still raining out there.
I was just going to say now's a good time for a break. Absolutely. We're not John Schmidt. We can't go for hours and hours. I need to stand up and walk around the room every now and then. This is not the Ashen Twins place. This is the Leather Pocket, but we are in the same city as the Ashen Twins place. But we're at the Leather Pocket. What's the highest run been, Jason? 224. He ran at the end of the day yesterday. Smooth 224. Before he missed the break shot. He's playing real good. That's what it's all about. Yeah. We say a boot. That's what it's all about. Yeah, on the way to the beer store to pick up a 2-4. Yeah. You guys are funny. The Canadian accent tends to be very much more Eastern than us. So the further east you go, the thicker that accent gets. We're pretty far out west here, so it's not as thick, but we definitely still have the Canuck accent rolling. Proud of it, too. Yeah, let's talk about pool. Yeah, maybe we need to make a Canadian group, Facebook pool forum. Let's talk about pool. All right, so we're about 1 hour in, a little over 1 hour into. He'll be shooting for about 6 hours today, I believe. Possibly a little longer. He said he's feeling pretty good. I do think it's going to be dependent on what kind of numbers he puts up, because he's going to want to put up at least a 200 today. So if for some reason he doesn't, he's going to push all night to try to do it. So make sure you guys are sharing that stream lots for us today. Well, thank you. On the YouTube there, Chris. Let's go. John Schmidt says, Jim, rooting for you, pal. Yeah, we're all pulling for him here. We'd love to see him do it, but we'd also love to see him, just run some maybe some 200s, some 300s. For me, that's my money's worth. Even the display he put on yesterday was fantastic. I'm positive I picked up some things I can use in my own game. 2 will be the break ball here. I think he was probably trying to get on the 1 there, but no big deal. Could probably shoot this 14 the side, then the 1, then the 11. And he'll probably just play the 11 up table. I don't think he's going to try to get cute and play the side shape on the 11. You just take what he can get. Yeah, little stop shot. That's perfect. That's how you play the game. Yeah, 714 seems a long way away when you're on 14. But one thing I did learn about straight pool is you can't run 100. You can't run 714. All you can run is 14. And so even John mentioned that. He said he's got to quit thinking about the 714. You can't be out there thinking about running 700 balls. You got to be out there thinking about running 14 balls. And when you're done running those 14 balls, you're on another 14 balls. Yeah, only human to have 10 runs over 400. He's the only human to have 8 runs over 400, that's for sure. Like I was saying earlier, Felicity, when I grew up playing pool, it was a huge deal that John was Mr. 400. I would have never guessed that he would beat Mosconi's record. I didn't really think it was possible in today's conditions. But he did it, and now he's Mr. 626. But let me tell you, when I grew up watching pool, Mr. 400 was a big deal. 400 is a massive amount of balls in this game, and an incredible accomplishment to do it 8 times. I would definitely love to see him do it a couple more times for sure. And I know he's got it in him. And I'm pretty sure he's got it in him on this table. I think this table play is perfect for what he's trying to do here. Could use the pockets to be just a touch bigger, but it's not devastating. I think they're big enough that this table's going to give up some real big numbers. So what's he got here? He's going to be trying to nudge these balls out a little bit. Let's see how he just picked that 1 ball out of there. I think he's going to shoot the 13, clear the lane for the 15 and the 7. That's what he's done. And he's perfect on the 15 or the 7 here. I think he shoots the 15 because he can nudge sort of the 8-10 a little, just like that. And he stays on a whole bunch of balls. And so it looks like the 9's going to be the break ball. I think he's had his eye on that pretty much since the start of the rack. Seems to be feeling a pretty good rhythm today. It's just going to be a matter of cleaning up those couple of small errors. He'll get more dialed in as the day goes. And if you wanted my opinion, I think this inning, this attempt here is going to be a big, big run. See how he punches that cue ball off the rail. Doesn't want the cue ball on the rail at any time. Wants to make sure he can cue under the ball. 6, 7, 9. You can probably just stop this, take a little angle. Plays a little stun follow. That's okay. Doesn't look thrilled. He landed a little too straight, but he's okay. He can manipulate this a bit, or he can power draw it back. But yeah, I can see his facial expressions. He ain't thrilled about landing there. He knew he could have landed a lot better. Now he's going to look at punching over there, I believe. I don't think he power draws it off the other side rail. I think he just punches it. Like, pretty hard stroke here. Yeah. He let it get away from him. He let it get away, but he's still got a shot here. He doesn't need to break all 15 balls out on the break shot. He just needs to break out a couple. And as you can see from here, he's got, looks like just enough angle. We got Mr. David Harding up there racking the balls. So Dave will give this one a triple check and make sure they're all racked nice and tight since John isn't going into the pack with too much speed.
Mm-hmm. What's Predator going to do with all those 626 cues when Shaw holds the record? Sell them. Because the significance of the 626 was the fact that it broke a 65-year record.
For sure. And his name is Mr. 626.
That's it.
So they could make a Mr. 714 cue. Perry could make that, and
Yeah,
they might
absolutely.
sell a lot even if John smashes the record.
That's right.
Or they could call it the Eagle Eye cue. That would be the equivalent. You know what I mean?
That's it.
It's not so much about the record as it is just that's his nickname now. Mr. 626. I love how John's nickname has always been a number.
Right?
It was Mr. 400.
Yeah.
And now it's Mr. 626.
Jinx, you owe me a pop.
I'd love to be so good at pool one day that my nickname is a number.
Well, and I think John did an interview with Predator on the significance of having your name on a cue. I mean, that's no small feat, man.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things. Like, you know you made it when, right?
Yeah.
That's the measuring stick. I always thought it was super cool. You know, Allison Fisher has her own line, and
That's right.
like that's how you know you made it. When there's like 300 people out there playing with a cue that has your name on it, right?
They do still sell Moscone cues.
Aye. That's 3. What's we got there? 5, 10.
3, 6,
3
9,
more.
12.
Not noteworthy. 45. But I'll write it down anyway.
Well, and it's kind of what happened with him on the 626 run. Kind of shot a few low ones, and then it just blew up.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's really important to note that he's doing this for 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
This is not like, I'll take 3 innings.
Damien says he's not going to beat 714. Shake my head. And why not? I'm curious. Why not? Because everything seems impossible till somebody does the impossible.
That's right.
Right? And certainly can't take anything away from Jason's run. It was unbelievable.
I just kind of brought it up too. Like when John was Mr. 400, I would have never thought that somebody would beat Moscone's record.
Of course.
Nobody
did.
I thought 400 was like, okay, you're the next best to
Right.
Moscone, and that's
That's
it.
it.
There's never going to be anybody better.
Of course.
And then John shot 626. I'm like, well, definitely nobody's going to beat that, right?
Right.
Now that Shaw ran the 714, I'm like, I think somebody can run 1,000 balls.
Okay, so let me.
I think that's the
let
next
me-
step now is the 4-digit.
Of course. Let me recap this because there has been a run by Mr. Schmidt where he ran, I don't know how many on run number 1, and then scratched, and then proceeded to run another monster. Those two together are over 1,000 balls.
Yeah, 1,000 without
So
missing.
if he doesn't scratch there, he shoots over 1,000 balls.
Well, and that's the key to this. And we watched.
How many in 2 innings? He's over 1,000 balls. So he's got the skill to do it, 100%. Right? He does need to have a little bit of luck where he doesn't scratch, and he can put up a monster number. Yeah, 626 was the 4-minute mile. You got it. Everything is impossible until somebody does it.
Cue ball in the rack rule is not only for the high run, it is the same in a match.
I don't think, Damien, I don't think you're right on that it'll take 5+ years to beat 713. I don't think you're right there. Again, you're entitled to your opinion, as everybody is.
I'll tell you what, if John puts his nose to the pavement and really takes a go at it for an extended amount of time, he'll do it within a year.
I agree.
It just depends on how dedicated he wants to be to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And it's the same for, like, I'm a firm believer if Josh Filler took a run at it in the same sense.
Of course.
Like 6 months dedicated, boom, 5 days a week, let's go.
Yep.
He's running 1,000 balls, man.
I agree.
For sure he is.
I agree.
But it's a matter of, it's almost like law of averages.
Yeah, of course.
If you keep trying, like, these guys are definitely capable of it. So it's just a matter of all the things coming together on the right day.
Absolutely.
You know, the balls just roll your way, and you
That's
get a
it.
roll here and there, and boom, 1,000.
Yep.
Can definitely happen. Yeah, not many players in the world can even run 500. I totally agree. And I agree with those players. Yeah, it's not easy to do.
Oh, it's definitely not easy. I mean, if it was
We'd all do
easy,
it.
everybody would be doing that. That's
Exactly.
for sure.
Metaphor says he's not in the mood to be a pool shooter today. Well, it's still pretty early, guys. I don't
Yeah.
think we're writing him off yet. You know.
No, still lots to happen, lots to go on.
Yeah.
We're. I mean, what are we? An hour and a half in?
Mm-hmm. An hour and a half into a possible 6-hour session. So, and possibly longer than that today. Like I mentioned before, I said if he's got his eye on 200.
Yep.
So if he doesn't run 200, we might see him here till like 10 o'clock or something, you know, just because we've seen before over the last few days that kind of when he sets his mind to something, he's going to just keep trying until he does it. You know?
Absolutely.
It was the same with like the one pocket ghost and the rotation game he was playing. It was like,
he was a machine, man.
he's over there laughing. How to Not Play Straight Pool by John Schmidt. He's doing okay.
Yeah, he'll
Early
do all right.
days.
3 goes. He can move these all around now. Create himself a breakout ball here or a break ball.
That's right. A couple underneath that he might have to use. I don't know if the 4 got far enough. He might try to nudge it again.
Mm-hmm.
He runs 200 and stops. Can you imagine that? Nobody does that. I don't know if I believe that. I really struggle to believe that somebody could run 200 and stop.
Yeah.
Like, that's good for today. As if.
Oh,
Right?
nice little bump over on that 4 ball.
As if Filler's not out there trying to run 500 or 600, right?
Right.
Run 200 every day and stop.
John's determination is second to none. I would agree, man. He put that on full display day 1.
Yeah,
was a machine.
day 1 and 2, he was machine-like, very work-like attitude.
Hey?
Very work-like attitude
Oh,
over the
yeah.
first 2 days. I'm not digging this haircut, somebody says, and Felicity says, it's a DIY. It is. John's so cool, he cuts his own hair. Daily warm-up. Yeah. People love to say all kinds of things, you know. Maybe it got like mixed up that he just runs 200 balls. It's maybe not like in a row.
I don't know.
Maybe not in a row.
I don't know. I don't know too many players out there that'll run 200 and then just decide to stop. I think it's a minimum of 200. I think would be a little more.
That would make more
accurate.
sense, yeah.
right? You run a minimum of 200, and then look at
What's
this.
he doing here? This never works. If this works, I'm going to be very shocked.
Right?
I saw he didn't really have a good break ball, but I would have never guessed that this was how it was going to end.
And he's got a little angle there. He could manufacture some things.
Yeah, big pocket. He might be able to do something
It
with
is a
it.
pretty big pocket.
Frost has the worst DIY haircut. Yeah, Scott Frost does have an interesting DIY haircut. Shaved it myself. Oh, he kind of got... Well, he's got a hanger.
Well,
He's got
let's
a
go
hanger,
back to
so that's not so bad.
that other view.
Yeah, this isn't so bad.
Yeah, he's 11, 10, 9.
Such a big ball. You can never
Oh,
miss
yeah,
that
no
ball.
doubt.
You hit it anywhere, it's in. So I think maybe I'll jump to the washroom quick here.
It is definitely workable.
Need some low deflection hair clippers.
Matt, I don't know. I don't know if I would say all of them are capable of 500 plus. I mean, it would definitely take some dedication to it. I think the average pro is going to run somewhere around 300, and there might be 6 out of those guys that could run 500 plus. He needs some carbon fiber low deflection hair clippers.
Raymond wants to know what Canada's haircut would be. It's a mullet for sure.
It's a mullet, yeah. If Canada was a haircut, what would it be? It's a mullet for sure. Yogurt has more culture than Canada. Well, we appreciate that, my man. So full of compliments today. Love it. John says, just got home. How's he shooting today? Gonna crack 300. I really do believe we will see the 300 today. Can the commentary introduce yourselves? Well, we're Canadian. We're of no culture and ill consequence anyway. Nice shot there to come back across for that 2 ball. 8 ball will be the break ball. That's got to go. Gonna have to change it up, use the 1 ball. John, those are all comments coming in on YouTube. We got European #1 or Europe #1. That tells you a little something. Through 3 racks onto 42. And of course, got to give a shout out to Predator for the Arcos 2. Those are the balls that John has been playing with on both tables, both the Gold Crown here as well as the Predator table at the start. Yeah, I agree. Josh and Pierre did run over 200 in Scotch doubles, but I think what you guys are doing and Chamberlain are doing, we'll see more top pros try. It's great for the game. I would agree, right? And I don't even mind, if John does break Shaw's record, like Shaw says, he'll go back at it and try again, try and get over 1,000. And I don't mind these two going back and forth and setting an unbelievable record. I don't mind that at all. Pretty good break shot there. Jesse says, I've always thought a 147 was the toughest thing to do or most skillful in cue sports. Now I'm confused, LOL. What do you guys think? I think they're two different disciplines to really try to gauge what's harder, a 147 in snooker or a high run in straight pool. I think they're two completely different tables. Different games, different pockets. I think both are equally difficult to do. Of course, I have not played very much on a snooker table, so. The A brothers. We are definitely in Canada. Yeah, I mean, good point. Dozens of 147s have been run at snooker, on TV, or in training. Only two 600 plus runs at straight pool. So, very good point. I would have to say.
I think it is a little humid outside, and the table feels stickier, but still playing great. But I'm, finding a way.
Also finding a way to run. Oh, 4 racks is 56. You pulled a Ben.
Is it 56? It is 56. What am I doing? Mathing is hard today.
Mathing is hard every day.
Eric says that is true, but how many people have tried to get 600 plus? I think there's been more attempts made than, what people know about.
Yeah, like we covered this yesterday too.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that a lot of people have tried. Anybody who's ran 100 balls has tried to run 600 balls.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Anytime you try anything.
That's right.
I mean, listen, I tried 2 days ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it was my first attempt, and I'd never played the game before, but I'm setting the goals high, man.
You're trying to run 600,
I'm trying to
of
run
course.
600. Everybody that tries straight pool is trying to run 600.
That's right. I'm pretty sure I can never do it, but I'm always trying. I think a lot of pros have tried. Mosconi's record was legendary.
Of course. Well, and I mean, I'll say this. If John Schmidt had not broke a 65-year record, does Jason try to beat it with Chamberlain?
That's kind of like what we're saying,
Right?
Like
you can't take away the significance of what John did. You can't take away the significance of what Jason did. Right? They're just two top players, and I'm sorry that, maybe people are going to disagree with me on the fact that I think there's maybe 6 players on the planet that could do it.
Mm-hmm.
right? If it, if everybody could do it, everybody would do it. The fact is, facts are facts.
That's right. I totally agree with Todd in the YouTube there as well.
Oh, we got our YouTube guy back again today.
The spammer. He was on the match
spammer.
room this morning too.
Was he?
Oh yeah.
I'll get him. I'll get him.
But yeah, I totally agree with Todd. Like comparing a 147 in snooker to this is like,
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it's like comparing table tennis to tennis.
Yeah.
That's my comparison to pool and snooker.
Yeah.
Chess and checkers, right?
That's it.
Like
That's it.
Like you're playing tennis or you're playing racquetball. Like it's just different, you know, way different. Oh yeah, see, he mentioned this. He's like, it's a little more humid in here. It's raining today outside. And so when he shot that ball with a bunch of inside, he's like, yeah, there's a little more traction today, which can be good and bad.
Mhm.
Looks like he's got a good break ball here. One's in prime position. Thinks about shooting the 6-up table and then thinks better of it. Thomas Engert ran 400 plus 20 years ago or something. Everyone's tried. Lots of times. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. And there's way more pool tables in the world than snooker tables. I think that's also very true. It's tough to fit a snooker table in a pub.
Well, and to be honest, when you look at pool halls, the amount of real estate that a snooker table takes up, which is why you see it, especially in Canada, a lot of pool halls carry 7-foot tables. Right, takes up less square footage, yet you can get the same hourly rate as a 9-foot. Now we're fairly blessed here in Calgary. Leather Pocket is where we're broadcasting out of. Currently, there are 10 9-foot tables in here, along with 8 7-foots.
Yeah, beautiful pool room here. Really clean conditions. That's something I hear the players talk about a lot, that they really love about this pool room. Super clean. 8 9-foot diamonds. A Predator 9-foot with the arena light. 8 7-foot diamonds, 4 Valley bar boxes. And it's a true pool room. There's no blaring music and karaoke, and there's no arcade games or VLTs, nothing like that. Purely pool here at Leather Pocket.
Yep.
Yeah, bar table 14-1 is a little tricky too. A little tricky. He's looking good here, in a good rhythm. Nudging balls open. Looks like he's got a break ball. 3 ball looks pretty good. Bit of a back cut here that he's not in love with, so he's going to shoot the 5 first, it looks like. And when he shoots a 7, I think he slides up into the 10 to be on the 4. Just like that. Good little controlled shot there. He hit that well.
Yeah, I would agree, Graham. A lot of the Canadian Legion locations still have snooker tables. I don't know what degree of quality they are. I don't know how well they maintain them, but
surprisingly enough, the best snooker tables in the city are in the Legions.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like
Well, I think
super clean and
At this
brand
point,
new.
I think it's the only spot to go play snooker in, at least in Calgary. I don't think there's a snooker table anywhere.
Yeah,
No
there's
pool hall.
there's some at Mike's. There's 4 at Mike's.
Is there?
And then I think there's 2 or 3 at Chalks in the south. There's at least 2 at Chalks.
Is there? I don't go down that far.
Yeah, and I haven't been to Chalks for years too. I only know from a friend of mine that played the league there, and he said he played league just so he could play snooker after all night.
Yeah.
Didn't really care about the 9-ball league. Just cared about the free table time playing snooker. Nice little out there. Wasn't always guaranteed. He made it look easy again. 6 racks is 84. Yeah, it's the snooker and pool conversation has gone on forever.
It really has.
But that's the best way to put it. I think it's just 2 separate games.
It is. They're
Ping pong and tennis.
that's it. Checkers and chess.
That's right.
I'm too blind to play snooker, says Scott. You and me both.
12 foot is long.
I have a hard enough time seeing on a 9 foot.
I think every pool player should play a little bit of snooker here and there. I think it's very beneficial to the game. Because your fundamentals have to be extremely strong to be potting balls in snooker.
Yeah. Yeah, he can get through racks real quick.
Yeah, as I was mentioning earlier yesterday, he seemed to be running about 10 racks every half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
It takes him about half an hour to work through 10 racks of
Which
straight
is
pool.
insane.
140 balls in half an hour. Yeah, that's
Right.
pretty quick. Who remembers watching Mosconi's high run live streamed on Facebook and YouTube? Not quite. Was TV even a thing back then? It was
Right.
definitely still black and white.
It was definitely black and white. Yeah. So Mark Adams says, great commentary. I recognize the voice. Watching many matches and tournaments. I can tell you play pool. I play snooker one pocket. Fell into commentary when I was in radio for 10 years. Sat down one time at the board at the tournament. Never left the chair. So I need a voice that I hope John breaks 626. Indeed. And you know what? Like John said a couple of days ago, even if he never breaks Jason's record, that's totally fine with him. Because there's only one other than him to get those 2 records.
To run over 500
right?
balls.
And well, yeah. And I mean, let's be honest, no matter what happens, I don't care who comes along. It could be Shaw, Shane, Filler, anybody that can still come along and break Shaw's record. The fact remains, it was John Schmidt breaking a 65-year record that kicked it all off.
Yeah, and
that you can never take away from him.
And he's not even worried about that. He
No.
even said, he's like, if I can just put up some runs over 300, he's like, I'm definitely the only player in the world to run 400 8 times.
Of course.
So there's plenty of other records involved in what he's doing here. It's not all about the high run.
Wayne says, hello, gentlemen. How long is John going to be in Calgary? He's been here for 2.5 weeks already. He's here till Saturday. Sunday he heads back. He's got some personal things to attend to with his wife. Then he tours around the States for a month, and I believe we're going to have him back here hopefully before the Canada Open.
And a good question on the YouTube there. Why do the break balls not get counted as potted balls towards the total? Because he's only ever running 14 balls per rack.
That's right.
It was a little confusing for me when I first started playing straight pool too. I was like, don't I count that ball every second rack or something? Couldn't really figure it out, but
Any good pool rooms in Edmonton? There is, Raymond. Top Shots. Probably one of the nicest pool rooms in Canada if I had to give you the layout and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, top 3 for sure. It's in
Yeah.
my top 3.
Yeah.
I think I'd go Dooley's in Montreal.
Yeah.
Would be my number 1.
Oh, for sure.
And then I
Dooley's
think
Montreal is crazy.
And I think I go Corner Bank next in Toronto.
Yeah.
And then third on the list would be Top Shots. Wow. Let's rephrase that. Number 1 is Leather Pocket here in Calgary. It's my home room.
Yeah. Is that a Gold Crown 3 or 4? It's a Gold Crown 4.
And also, just one more note on the Top Shots, Raymond. If you are in Edmonton, there's a huge tournament this weekend.
Oh, massive.
In Edmonton,
I don't
starting
know if there's
tomorrow.
any spots left. It might be.
They
full.
have over 100 players. I think they're going to fill it at 128.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a who's who of Canadian pool.
Yeah.
So if you are in the Edmonton area, make sure you go check it out. You could even go as far as to tell them that Q Sports Live sent you.
You guys are spot on. Jason wouldn't have even been brought in to try and beat the record if John wouldn't have set the standard and break first. Yeah, I agree 100%.
So what's his break ball here? Is he going to use the ball in the end rail?
I think the 4 ball's got to be his break ball.
The 4 on the side, maybe? He's kind of in a tricky spot here. He just landed like a little funny on the last,
He did,
I
but
want
he
to say
can go
7
up,
balls,
he
and he
can
had
go
to
up for the
break it out.
13, yeah. Go up for the 13 maybe.
Yeah, he's trying to hold for that one on the end rail, so that does tell me he's using the ball on the side, or he's possibly using the 13 if he gets the proper angle. No.
Indeed. Clearwater, Florida in the house. You're welcome, Freddie.
Side shot for sure is what he's using for the breakout. This is a key one too, because this is for the century.
Yep.
This breakout ball.
Potentially for the century.
Yeah, that's right.
How tight are the pockets? The corner pockets are corner pockets are just under 5. And the side pockets are just over 5.
And you see what he did there? Very, very smart little play. He left the cue ball in the rack, and that way he gets ball in hand behind the head string.
Yep, perfect.
To try to play precise position on the 4 without having ball in hand behind the head string would have been super tough.
I agree. Dylan tuning in from Dallas. How are you? Those last 2 shots were pretty advanced indeed.
Extremely, yeah. Yeah, good explanation there, Eric, too. Oh, Stephen Fair says Simon Pickering's going to win that event.
Oh, there's a pick.
I'm willing to side bet.
Yeah, I think Joe or a few others may have a say in that outcome.
We could do a last longer, Stephen. Just private message me. We'll do a last longer bet. You pick a guy, I'll pick a guy. We'll see who goes deeper.
Right? A last longer bet.
I love the last longers. Can he see the 6 here? I don't think he can because he hasn't shot it yet. But he's not looking thrilled about this. He got super unlucky. Went into the stack pretty heavy. Okay, so he's calling the 15. He's playing this little combo. This is a big shot. Big shot. He drills it. What a shot. That's for the 100. That was a good shot. Even he knows. That was a real good shot.
For the century.
Yeah, that was the 100. The 100th ball. How tough is that shot for your century, you know?
No doubt.
For him,
right?
it's no sweat because 100 is no big deal, but...
Steven says 50 bet. And Grant tuning in from Seattle. How are you?
You're going to have to private message me, Steven. We'll figure it out. 7th break shot in a run is cursed. Yeah, that's right. Super nervous on that ball. I know I'm always shaking on that ball. What happens if the last remaining ball of the rack is located inside the ball racking area? It gets racked like at the top of the rack. Then you got to find a shot out of the stack. Which there are a couple of shots. He's in another funny spot here. This has been a little bit tricky.
I think he's got the combination, the 6-13.
Yeah, he's called that ball, that strike there.
Cut combo, look out.
It was super thin.
That
See
was
how thin
really
he had to hit that?
thin. Yeah, he had to
That was a good shot.
overcut that to get the angle correct. And I'll tell you what, he's hitting them straight now, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're going to see a big one here.
Watertown, New York. Welcome, Tom.
Perfect. I'll get back to you, Steven. We'll get a little side action going.
Yeah, a little sweat going.
Who loves a little sweat bet? This guy.
This Ben Francis fella, I know who he is. He don't mind a little.
And Grant knows.
Little sweat action.
I was talking to Grant about this yesterday, about this tournament, and how I want to pick a Calgary player and find a side bet. So perfect.
There you go.
Perfect.
The stream hooked you up.
That's right. Eric says he must have misheard John. He thought he told it went to the other spot. I thought it went to the other spot too, but then when he was practicing the other day, he racked it in the stack. So I don't know. We're probably never going to get to see all that.
Rub the one ball.
All that work. He did a lot of work there.
106. Only had a half a pocket, he said.
Yeah, he did have. That was very tight.
Wow. Well, I'm going to put up the poster here again. Viewer Advantage Sweepstakes back again. This is for a 626 cue. Same cue John is using right now. $20 per ticket gets you in it to win it. If you want in, a couple of ways to do that. Go to our website, cslipl.com. Once you get on there, click on Shop. First one you see will be the ability to get in on the draw. If you happen to be in Canada and you want in to win, you can send us an email, qsportslive@gmail.com. Just keep in mind that 20 is US dollars, so about 26 Canadian. We'll do that draw at the end of day Saturday. That will be drawn, of course, by Mr. John Schmidt. Do we think he'll break Shaw's record? I think he's got the capability. There's certainly some things that need to go right. Scratches, break balls, so on and so forth. There's definitely a lot of things that need to go right there. Does he have the capacity to do it? As I mentioned before, in 2 innings, he has run over 1,000 balls. What ended the middle, or the run in between that, was a scratched ball. So he's got the capability to well run over 1,000 balls. But again, going to take a little bit of luck, and that is always the case, especially in any game of pool. A little bit of luck on your side never hurt anybody.
For sure, and John said it too, it's like he's very capable of doing it. It's just a matter of the balls rolling the right way at the right time, and it's not like you can play perfect and it'll work every time.
Yep, exactly.
You can play totally flawless.
Yeah.
And just
scratch.
Or like yesterday, avoid those weird little rolls. Eric, I will ask him. I'll ask him today what the rule is on that.
Are the extra balls made when breaking, counting on his run? They do.
So through one rack pretty quick. As expected, I think he'll string a bunch together pretty quick here.
What happened? Our stream froze. Is everybody else frozen? Oh, no, there it came back.
Maybe just a little Wi-Fi glitch there on the phone.
It may be a little glitch, for sure.
Oh, no problem, Eric. No problem.
We got thicker skin than that.
That's a good question, too.
It is a very good question. Yeah.
I really want to know. Now I'm confused. Which one is it? I need to know for my runs.
It does take a few hours to get to the 714, without a doubt. Right, and again, I don't want anybody to think I'm dogging on Jason. I'm not. You can't take anything away from his skill and what he did. I mean, they call him the Eagle Eye for a reason, right? The guy shoots straight as Wyatt Earp, but I think John's got just as much capability as what Jason done. He's already put together 2 runs in 2 innings that are over 1,000 balls. So I think he's got just as much capability as anybody else.
The Sweepstakes website, www.cslipl.com. cslipl.com.
Yeah, Tom. I mean, I would tend to agree. These conditions are not quite the same size pockets that Jason had. They're a little bit tighter. So when I look at it and I go, okay, well, if he's going to make this attempt on smaller pockets, I don't see really any issue there. I think it should be a max size pocket because honestly, I don't mind him even doing what he did the first 2 days, make the run on the Predator 4 1/4 table. I don't see you're in tough, as they say, but I don't mind the attempts being made on smaller pockets either.
Does anybody else have a glitchy feed, glitchy audio? Hopefully not. We are hardwired into the internet here, so it does usually run pretty smooth.
I think the weather may be playing a factor.
Absolutely, let us know if it gets a little glitchy or a little laggy and whatnot. We can try to see what we can do. Yeah, sounds like it's a couple of people.
Yeah, I think it was definitely glitchy there for a little bit. It doesn't seem to be that way anymore.
According to them, it still is.
Tim is good. I think it was glitchy there for a little bit, but I think we're back to better.
Yeah, Beat's not watching at all. That's right. It's been doing it for a while. Definitely, yeah. If it keeps up, just let us know.
Yeah, Grant said he
can see if we're dropping frames. No, we don't run OBS.
No,
we run Wirecast. Well, it looks to be okay now.
Yeah, the last couple of minutes were, who knows, a lightning strike or something happening.
Yeah, we got some spring showers happening in Calgary this week.
James says YouTube is okay. You're always going to get a better picture on YouTube. That's really got nothing to do with our camera setup. That's the upload capacity of what YouTube has compared to Facebook.
That's right. You watch, he's going to do what he did every day. As soon as I leave, he's going to run like 150 balls because I got to go get the kid in about 10 minutes.
Oh, that's right. Well, I'm going to
yeah, if you want to
jump
jump
out
off
for
yeah.
2 minutes here.
Absolutely. On a couple different devices, following along the comments. So let's see if Johnny can give us a show today. You know, after he's got 2 runs over 100, and I'm certain he is not satisfied with. Thanks for tuning in, Shane from Jamaica. John's looking good here. A couple of break ball options, I think. Possibly the 10, possibly the 12. Yeah. Wish Pool was big enough to have a strong video game through 2K. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe one day we'll be cool enough. For now, Pool's a little not quite in the spotlight. Tom asks a really great question there. What is John's Fargo? I believe it's only 743. Which is unbelievable. He says players with 40 points higher than him, he'll spot the 8. A lot of them he's beat in major tournaments. Definitely nobody under 780 has won as many titles as he has. He has 41 professional titles. He's an American 14-1 champion. He's a world 14-1 champion. He's a U.S. Open 9-ball champion. Derby City 1-pocket champion, notably beating Efren in the final. YouTube spammers. They're quick, these YouTube spammers. You'd think reporting them would do something. Doesn't seem to. Yeah, unlockable characters. Yeah, that'd be cool, right? Have like a straight pool challenge on it. There's been a couple of video games throughout time for pool. None of them have been very good. Not gonna lie. P3 butt 12.5 carbon fiber shaft stiff hit? Question mark. Tim wants to know. yes, it is quite stiff. A piece of work. The carbon is something I like most about it, I think. So looking good here again. No problem with this little 5-ball cluster near the middle. He can develop that quite easy, probably right here. Just going to nudge into, I would imagine, sort of the 8-ball here. That way he's still on the 4 after. Very nice, very nice. And now he'll find it. He's going to try to find the key ball. What they call the key ball is the ball before the break ball, which at first glance I would think would be the 2. So he would love to leave the 2 ball there to get on the 1, and that would be his break ball. Years ago, he switched cue types and took several years to find a cue that works as well as his original hunter cue. During that area, he did not average his true ability. Now the predator he's found. Yeah, and that is a huge factor for sure. Somebody asking, is Fargo up there, Tom? One of the reasons it's a little bit low is he had a couple of real tough years while changing equipment. Definitely, this gentleman should be in the BCA Hall of Fame at some point. They've inducted players that haven't won as much as him, but he is in the straight pool Hall of Fame, of course. Probably the best straight pool player of all time, the most accomplished overall. Yeah, that's right when Fargo emerged too. Yeah. Stiff but sincere, not metal joint on the P3. It's smoother. Yeah, absolutely good explanation, Eric. It is like a synthetic material instead of steel joint, so it's not quite as stiff as a steel joint cue. 4 racks is 56. Moving again. Doesn't take him long to string them together, that's for sure. So we do have the viewer advantage sweepstakes happening, guys. Make sure you get in on that. John's going to draw a lucky winner on Saturday. Go to www.cslipl.com for purchase details. You'll find it underneath the shop tab. And if anyone's curious, we are recording from an alternate angle as well, a constant record without our ads popping up, just in case we need somebody to verify the video. And yeah, big shout out to David Harding, volunteering to rack the balls today for John. Mr. Dave Harding. I'm sure he's having a great time. I know he's a huge fan of the game, so I would think he's actually quite enjoying this.
Sorry about that, Ben.
No, you're all good. I'm going to run away for 45 minutes. You can't apologize.
Well, I had to get a coffee. It's rather cool in this corner, I find.
Yeah, it is a little cool. I even mentioned to John this morning, I said, do you want me to ask them to crank the AC since it's raining out? You know, maybe just dry it off a bit in here. And
yep.
He said, yeah, that might work, but he didn't seem too adamant about it, right? He wasn't like, yeah, go do that.
Oh, look at that shot.
Yeah, that worked out.
Nice little wiggle in there.
Worked out pretty well.
Who do we think is going to win the UK Open?
John Schmidt. No, wait.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Never mind. Different thing.
Yeah.
Good question. Real good question.
I think if Federer was allowed to compete, he would be at probably the top for me. But
he'd be one. Yeah, I'm going to go with what Tom says.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Tom. Yeah. I think SVP.
9-ball. He's a world 9-ball champ. They're playing winner breaks 9-ball. Look out, right?
Yeah, right.
Dude breaks like King Kong. He might run a few sets, race to 9. But that field is so stacked. Like,
it is.
Anybody can win that. There's 30 players that can win that tournament for sure. Oh, nice, Andrew. A little side action betting on John's high run today.
doesn't break 224.
You know who I bet would take that bet?
John.
That's right. You could try messaging John.
Yeah. John doesn't go on Facebook anymore.
Yeah. If you had his personal number, I'm sure he would
Right.
take a side bet.
Oh,
But
for sure.
minus that, we're not going to bug him.
No. Why you would want to bet him against doing it, I don't get the concept.
That's crazy talk.
Right?
That's absolute crazy talk. I think for sure he beats it. I won't side bet you, but I'm thinking for sure. Oh, the kid did beat Sky? Oh, almost beat Sky.
Almost, yeah. 14
Almost,
years
yeah.
old.
Well,
I saw him. Where did I see him? Oh, in Vegas.
Yeah.
Phenomenal,
Miku.
phenomenal player.
Yeah, he beat Robbie Capito, Hill. Fantastic match. I watched it this morning. He played real good. That kid is gonna be a superstar.
Oh, he's going to be a monster.
He already is a superstar.
He is a monster, yeah.
He already is.
I'm going to have to put my computer up here, and I'll get Facebook on
YouTube.
my laptop, and then I'll YouTube on my phone.
Right. We can probably shimmy this
it's
down
okay.
a little bit. You got enough room there?
I think so. I'll make it work.
I can watch till the end of this frame, and then I'm gonna have to run like the
Thank you.
wind.
Yes. I suggest you drive there. It'll be quicker.
Yeah, we'll be a little bit quicker. I run pretty fast though. I don't know.
Right? You do run pretty quick.
Depending on how many traffic lights I hit, I might be able to run there quicker.
Yeah. Why can't Federer compete? Because he is under sanction.
Nonsense. That's why.
Yep.
Absolute nonsense.
I would have.
Old.
I would very much agree with that.
But I won't go off on that tangent. It's a
No.
good time for me to leave.
Right? Exit stage left. That is for sure. Good time to leave. Stick me with that and then run. Oh, I got to put up. Did you put up his ball count already? Okay.
Ben's like, yeah, keep eating yourself until I'm going out of smoke. I'll die of a heart attack in 2 years. You'll live to be 100 more. I'm going to start using 2 goalies. 2 goalies, yeah.
But is the kid better than Ben Francis? I'll have to wait until he comes back. I'll let him answer that. Oh. I'll have to wait until he comes back. I'll let him answer that. All right. Sorry, guys. I just got to get myself resituated here. It is buffering again. Well, I think a lot of that has to do with the weather, unfortunately. I'm looking at our stream connection, and that all still seems to be good. Martin's asking if he can come and play on his own table. Huh? Oh, these YouTube guys. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to bring up my YouTube now on my computer. These guys are making me work for it. That's for sure. But I'll get him. Was wondering why Federer wasn't around much, that is why. So Martin, the table that John's playing on right now, it'll be open after Saturday, which is your table. And many thanks to you, sir, for allowing us to use that. John saying it's one of the better playing tables that he's been on. Through 6 racks. Great stream. Tip your host. Only thing we need, guys, is the help. Just tune in, support us. That's all we can. Well, that's all we can ask. Without you guys tuning in, it's really no fun sitting here having a conversation with either myself or Ben or whoever happens to be on the mic. So you guys are a key part of what it is that we do, and it doesn't get lost on us. We appreciate it. It's glitching again. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure it has everything to do with the fact that it's not very nice weather here in Calgary today on my computer, and it seems to be running fairly well. So those that are on Facebook, if you want to jump on over to YouTube, it doesn't seem to be glitching too bad there. Well, I guess it is glitching still. The weather does affect it. It depends on the type of internet. So the building that we're in here is still fairly old with fairly old wiring and so on and so forth. So the weather does definitely affect the stream and the internet. All right, these guys are quick, but I am set up even quicker. John looking good here. Has a nice breakout ball with that 7 ball. Through 7. Looking to break the century again. And of course, got to give a shout out to these guys. Jam Up Apparel. The shirt that you're seeing John wear, collaboration with Jam Up Apparel and Predator. If you haven't been on the site, we actually just released a brand new line this morning. Head on over, check it out, jamupapparel.com. The amount of time John's gotten over 100 makes you embarrassed if you've ever, if you've never run one. It's so true, Raymond. He puts up centuries like they're nothing. Another really nice break there. A couple of break ball options already. That may change as he maneuvers through the rack. Gets good on that 11 ball. Well, and I think, Douglas, you've hit it on the head. John makes 14 and 1 look really easy. So, you know, it's certainly an accomplishment. It's something that, you know, I completely have so much respect for what he does. Never mind with how easy he makes it look, but the cue ball control that this guy has is just off the charts. Jeff, what is the link for the Q raffle? Not a Q raffle, it is a sweepstakes. And I'm sorry, I got to be clear on it. There is a reason why we do a sweepstake over a raffle. The website that you go to is cslipl.com. And once you get onto that, just click on the shop button, and it will be the first available option for you. We were big on doing Q raffles when Q Sports Live first started, and we did really, really well with those. But we were investigated by the City of Calgary Police Department in connection with the liquor control boards, and we were told to not do those. Came with a hefty $50,000 fine and jail time. So of course we decided that we better comply with that request, and so we had contacted a lawyer in Toronto, and he's one of the best sweepstakes lawyers in the country, and this is why we have to do it as a sweepstakes. So the difference being with a Q draw or a raffle, you sell by the number of tickets. We cannot do that. We have to sell by the draw date. So in this particular case, that Q will be drawn end of day on Saturday, and there is a skill testing question. So we've got all the paperwork and everything that goes with it. Can you ship to the USA if we win the Q? Of course. Yeah, I would agree with you as well. To be honest, what amazes me the most is he almost never gets stuck. Us amateurs always get stuck with the cue ball somewhere and then runs over. I would agree with you. And there it is. Century complete. And again, if you are just tuning in, guys, you know what to do. Help me out. Hit that share button. Let's give him an audience that that he deserves. I fully respect John for getting back into the saddle, making the attempts, even though it is a shortened up time frame. That's not his fault. That's simply logistics of trying to get both of the tables in that we wanted to use. One is the one that we're playing on right now, the Gold Crown, and then, of course, the Predator table. With supply chain issues being what they are, it was a rather difficult thing to do. These guys are quick, I'll tell you what, on YouTube. Yeah, you're 100% correct there, Tim. The positional play on that last ball to get perfect on the break ball, that is definitely one of the keys to playing really great straight pool. And if you go back into the library on Q Sports Live, be it on Facebook or YouTube, and you go to his first couple of days playing, playing on the Predator table, it's amazing to me. Some of the position play that he does with and how he puts that cue ball on a string. especially yesterday. Yesterday was on the Gold Crown, but his cue ball control yesterday was just on point. Yeah, I appreciate that, Felicity. Every time I see those guys come up on YouTube, they keep posting all these unnecessary things on YouTube. I block them and report them. I'd like to say instantly, but I'm pretty quick on that trigger. He's going to wear out the cloth on that break spot, 100%. Freddie, I don't get the repeated adult site links. I already saved them on the first time that they posted them. But I'm pretty quick on those bots. And I think it's because we have, as of right now, 200 on YouTube, another 180 on Facebook. So they certainly see the fact that there's a lot of viewers on, and I think that's what they target. But I do find them very annoying. I agree with you, Jeffrey. Wow, he's cruising through these racks now. He is cruising through these. The 1-2-6. And speaking of the cloth that he is playing on, it is the Predator Arcadia cloth on both tables, both the Predator as well as the Gold Crown. And I know somebody mentioned the wear out of John playing in that same break spot, but I'll tell you what, from everything that we've heard wear on it, it's phenomenal. Jason says, but maybe there's a Nigerian prince that needs help. Oh gosh, I used to get those emails all the time. The best one was somebody emailed me and said that one of my long lost relatives had passed, and in their will I was to inherit 50 million. And I have to tell you that I knew that was a scam right away, because my luck does not allow for those things to happen to me. What's going on? Patrick Neal tuning back in. Is it like a 760 speed? I can tell you I've had the Simonis 860 HR. The Predator cloth is a little bit quicker, but it's more the durability. How much are those Predator cloths for the 9-foot? Pricing for those you'll see on that same website, cslipl.com. And $360 US for the 9-foot. These pockets are buckets. They may be buckets, but they're still a little tighter than what Jason Shaw had on his record attempt, or record now holding at 714. Tuning in today from Philly. Nice to have you back, Arlene. Well, and I think Here's how I view it. I don't care whether you're talking cues, cloth, or anything that that predator puts out. If I've got to pay a few extra dollars to know that it's done well, made with quality, not only that, but I'm supporting a company that actually gives back to the billiards industry. That's somebody I'm willing to support. With the amount that they do, I don't think it gets said enough that with Predator, they put 90% of their profits back into the game. So, you know what? If I've got to pay a few extra bucks to help support that, I'm okay with that. Yeah, it's kind of glitching out a little bit on the internet. You know, I'm gonna say it has everything to do with John looking really good here. Has choice whether he wants to use the 11 or the 6 as a breakout. I'd have to say the 11 ball makes more sense. It seems like my stroke gets smoother every time I watch John's. I'll tell you, super smooth. But of course he proves me wrong. And uses the 6 as the break ball. Jimmy, yes, Predator puts 90% of their profit back all the time with product and so on and so forth. We partnered with them as Q Sports Live to bring the Predator Pro Series here to Canada. So I've got to know the Predator team pretty well. If I had to, no. Oh, heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Back down to the start. Yeah, he's a little frustrated. God, these guys are quick. All right, well, let me get rid of these guys here on YouTube again. Your partner leaves and he's going to break 200. Yeah, it was close. We jinxed him a little bit there. Yeah, Jimmy, they're you know, I got to know all those guys over at Predator, from Karim and JP and both Jessicas. I know him for Philippe, Gino, just super solid people. And if I had to take one word to summarize Karim, is dynamic. He's an extremely dynamic individual. Lots of big plans, lots of big goals. We're just happy that we were able to partner with them. So the Canada Open will happen here in August 16th to 20th. That'll be held in Red Deer, where we bring 196 top men, 64 of the top ladies, plus a full amateur event running alongside that. And we're looking forward to it. I think it's going to be an amazing event. YouTube, you get those bots in that like to post. Yeah, absolutely, Steve. I think John's kind of given me the itch to play a little bit as well. Yeah, I agree with you, Q, as well. How far are we from Ontario? We are we are quite a ways, 3,600 kilometers from Ontario. was not on a predator table. So I'll kind of give you the rundown of what's happened here with John and his trip. So the first 2 days he was on a predator table, but again, those are 4 1/4 inch pockets. Really not conducive to playing straight pool, nor allowing for the high runs to compete with the world record. So what we did was set up the predator table, dual purpose. Show you that those tables are built like a German tank. They do play well, which I believe we more than accomplished that. But also to give viewers kind of a sense as to what straight pool is, how to play it, some of the intricacies within it. So we did that for the first 2 days, and now we are on the Gold Crown table where John is making a 4-day run at attempting to break the world record. Can it be done in 4 days? Not sure. We're certainly going to find out. If not, we're already in conversations with John to bring him back here just before the Canada Open and perhaps give him a 3-week run on this exact table. Yeah, Karim is as a gem. He is truly a great CEO, 110%. And I wish, the only thing I wish is they would let, and it's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess, where there's really not a lot of players that know and understand that they support the growth of pool in a massive way. To put 90% of your profit back into the game, that's saying something. Sitting Duck says, puzzling to me, the Predator went with Sam tables. Not really. I get it from their perspective. I mean, they were offered for Diamond to make them, but then they'd just be a different Diamond table. I can fully understand why they chose Sam to make them. I've been in construction 30 years, and Jeff is sitting beside me actually right now. He's the one that put the Predator table together. And being in construction for as long as I have, I know quality build when I see it. And those tables, I'm telling you, they're built like a tank. If they're and John said the same thing. If there was an asteroid about to hit planet Earth, I'm ducking under that table. That's how well built they're made. How long will John play today? I would assume he'll do the same as the other days. He'll play till somewhere around 6 o'clock. How many sweepstakes have you guys sold? You guys must be killing it. I can tell you we have not covered off the cost of the queue. That is the one part of a sweepstakes that always makes it a little tricky for us. Because we have to do it by a draw date, we must do it on that date regardless of whether we have sold enough queues to cover costs or sold enough tickets to cover the cost. So it is a risk that we have to take. But if we didn't do it, we wouldn't be able to bring anything at all. So we are indeed, we're back to a 14-ball run. So the count, high run so far on this table is a 2-2-4. Predator tables are asteroid proof. I'm just saying that they're very well built. And the table that John was on rolled dead perfect. Very nice. Off that 10 ball to get that out of the way. Doesn't want the 8 ball to cover, though. That might make things a little bit more tricky. What does he use for the breakout ball here? Maybe the 10 ball? Take the 8. That's pretty decent right there, let me tell you. Only cockroaches and predator tables will survive. Isn't that the truth? Say it again, glitches. What would you like me to repeat, Tim? More than happy to, especially with the glitch. I think what I might do, guys, how much are the 9-foot predators? The 9-foot predator, $89.95 USD. Plus tax from wherever you would be purchasing that from. So as it sits currently, they are, I believe, a touch less than the diamond tables. Tuning in from Greece on YouTube. How are you? Well, and a sitting duck caused them mega problems. If you're referring to what happened in Vegas, that was a lot more behind the scenes than I think what people know. There was a lot of other contributing factors that happened in Vegas that not a lot know. I happen to know. I was there. But it's certainly not because of how the tables are built. That I can tell you. So I was going to say what I may do, and I'll leave it up to you guys. You tell me. Because we are seeming to glitch a little bit, during his next miss, I can do a quick shutdown, restart everything. But if I do that, for those that have not either liked our Facebook page or subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that. And that way when I shut down, restart, you'll be notified you can join us back in again. Or we can just kind of power through without having to shut down. I'll leave that up to the viewers. Looking good here, powering through again. And so what's next for Q Sports Live? Following this, Ben and I take off Tuesday morning, drive down to Vegas. We'll be bringing you all the action for VNEA in Las Vegas. We'll be doing what is affectionately known as the pit. We'll have a wandering camera. We can set that up anywhere, and we're going to show you all the. We'll be streaming the Suds and Chips party. We'll also be streaming the banquet. So lots and lots of coverage. Reboot the dialogue from you is priceless. Just make sure that for those that are tuned in right now, if you want to join us again, make sure you've clicked on either the like button on Facebook and the subscribe button on YouTube. Also make sure notifications are turned on, or you've hit the little bell on YouTube. Larry Walper, how are you? Derek says, I backed out and reloaded the video, and it actually helped mine. Seems to be playing well. What YouTube channel? Still the same, Tim? Q Sports Live on YouTube. Does glitch every now and again on YouTube, so I'm not sure whether that glitch is just kind of being a bug in the system now, and perhaps a shutdown restart of the system may get that glitch gone, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure it has everything to do with the weather that we got here in Calgary. Kind of an overcast, gloomy, kind of a rainy day here, which of course is great for the grass and the trees. Bring everything out into full bloom. Just kick the plug out of the wall. I got a much faster, safer, and easier way than having to do that. We'll just do a quick shutdown restart of it. That's why I want to wait until he misses. I won't do it in between racks, but if he misses again, then I'll just let him know we're going to do a quick shutdown, restart it before he picks it up again. But who knows, if he goes on a long run here, we might get glitches for the whole thing. Can playing in the Ghost League be used to establish a Fargo rate? It cannot. Not at this point. We have had a few conversations with the guys over at Fargo, and part of the problem is the Fargo rate and the algorithms in which they use to determine and factor out your Fargo is based on live play, and so playing the Ghost does not factor into that. So it is something that I think eventually they will kind of look at. But at this point, your live Fargo rate would not be a translation into Ghost play. But I'll tell you, if you want your game to go up a little bit, playing in the Ghost League will certainly do that. There is nowhere to hide. There's no safeties to play. It teaches you the all-out aggressive side of the game. And it adds that little bit of pressure. You have to record yourself or go live to a private players page, which we have opened up. So if you are interested in kind of checking what it's all about, seeing what it's like, you can do a search on Facebook for CSL IPL Players. That is our private page for players, and we decided we'd open it up for anybody that wants to kind of come in, check it out, see what it's like. And then, of course, after this next session, we'll make it a private page again for players only. Steve Metz. Only during the pandemic does Ghost work for Fargo. Even during the pandemic, we've been running that league, the Ghost League, now for just over a year. It is BCA sanctioned, along with ACS CCS sanctioning. Tom says, I have a Gold Crown 3. I use staples to hold the cloth. Do you rather spray glue or staples? I prefer staples. Yeah, I think you'll see kind of the pace either pick up or slow down. Just depends on what rack they're on and how the balls lay. Certainly looking good here, though. Might have got a touch straight, or maybe he's on the off angle. Maybe he got to the high side. No problem. Make the 1. Draw off the 13. Leave that cue ball on that side rail. Brian's asking, after this session of the CSL IPL Ghost League, does it go back to a 10-week session? It does not. The next session will also be a 6-week. That'll carry us through the summer months. We tend to find that through the summer months, players do not want to commit to a 10-week session. So we have dropped it for spring and summer to a 6-week session. Once we hit September again, back into the start of regular pool leagues, then we go back to a 10-week session. And our friends are back on YouTube. Report those. And a little bit clustery in the middle there. Kind of also down into that pocket. See if he can deal with some of that right now. Back up. Yeah, I think both can be really effective. Whether you use staples or glue, really it's the art of how you put that together. Kill 1 and 2 more grow in their place. Very, very true. Hydrobots. Got himself in a little bit funny here. That's a good call. Just called the 11 off the 2 ball. Might have to put a little bit of power behind this. Could also back bank the 3. Oh, is he going to try to thin the 3? Man, he's going to have to take the shine off that ball, and hits it perfect. Takes the shine off of that ball to back cut that 3 ball in. What a shot. Still has to deal with that cluster in the middle. 11, 13, 15, 6. Oh, nice nudge on the 9. What a shot. Putting a few together here. Couple of really nice shots. That is always going to add to the confidence. Well, that tells me that the 6 must go. Or you just take the 2, take the 11 ball or 13 ball up to the corner. Yeah, really nice tickle on that 9 ball. This will be an impressive rack if he gets out of this. Now he's just got to develop a break ball. He could use the 9 ball. 9 ball on the rail, but see if he can back this in and push the 13. Great shot. Did it go far enough though? Tanning bed light. No, it is not. You're talking the wash on the table. That happens almost in every stream with everybody's cameras, with exception to when we were running under the Predator arena light. And now that the man that put that Predator arena light pointed it out to me, and now that he's shown it to me, I can't unsee it. Well done to get out on that rack. And maybe it's because we're in a little bit too tight. I can maybe try to back that camera off a little bit, see if that takes out some of that wash. I don't know. He's got a chance here, I think. Well, I can show you the difference. So we've kind of had to adjust the camera for the lighting, because the camera that we're shooting on is just under. It's sitting on top of a table on this view. Unfortunately, that makes John look a little tanned. And I think he's got a chance to get out here. It was a tough break, but he hit that really, really well. Is the table heated? It's the official answer is no. He does have a heater underneath the table should he choose that he wants to turn it on, because it is such a rainy day here. But thus far, he has not had to worry about it. Nice shot there. Gets onto the 10, also the 15 ball as an option. And it looks like Mr. Francis is back with us. You sure get there and back in a hurry there, Ben.
He's only about 10 minutes away. The school. It's about a 10-minute drive.
I gotcha.
Did I miss any significant runs?
Not yet.
Nothing over 50?
No, he's been up over 100. And unfortunately, was a scratch that ended the run.
Okay. Do you know what the number was?
It was 105, I believe.
105? That was after his 106?
Yeah.
That was like the very next inning then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that.
It could be from all the gravy on the poutine he's been eating. Well, that could be true too. He certainly has found the poutine.
He's loving some poutine, yeah.
He is.
Got to get him a poutine sponsor, they say.
Right. Well, I wouldn't mind a poutine sponsor.
Yeah, me too.
Right? Sign me up. Where do we get one of those?
Or just any sponsor.
Any sponsor. Anything involving food that can be a sponsor, I'm in for. Oh, David says 140 was the run.
Oh, 140, okay.
Thanks, David. I have a good memory. It's just short.
And he's on a run of 98 here.
He is.
And perfect on the break ball. Mr. David Harding doing the racking honors today. Doing a fantastic job.
He's doing really well.
You can see David, he really cares about this, you know. He knows
Yeah.
he's part of something special right now.
For sure.
So he's making sure the balls are nice and tight, the stickers are staying down.
And again, I'll put in the comments of Facebook. Go on to that and show it a little bit of love.
Every little bit counts, guys. Looking good here and really nice spread. He's already got a break ball in the open.
Mm-hmm.
So all he needs to do is navigate his way around these.
See what happened there, Anu? See what happened? You mentioned those type of characters, and look who shows up.
They're quick.
They are quick, but I'm quicker.
I guess you just keep reporting them, and
That's
one
it.
day YouTube will do something about it.
Well, I'm gonna look into, as soon as we're done with John's run, I'm gonna look into changing some of the rules within our YouTube channel and see if we can have it where only subscribers can comment.
Well, which is a good way to get people to subscribe anyway. You know,
That's true.
show a little love. That's all we ask.
That's it.
Free streams. All we ask is you share the streams and you like and follow and subscribe.
That's it. Every now and again, we may have something that you want to participate in as far as sweepstakes. That goes a long way to helping us keep things on the free side. That's how we prefer it.
That's right.
I don't think we will ever change that aspect of who and what we do.
No pay-per-view happening here.
Nope.
There are plenty of other ways to earn a few dollars to cover the expenses of doing this
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
without charging the viewers.
I just don't think it's very conducive, right? I mean, this is why I think that, you know, ourselves and Predator line up really well. We have the same concepts as far as how to grow the game, and I just don't think pay-per-view is the option to do it.
That's right. He doesn't like that he's a little straight on this ball.
He is, but he's got options everywhere.
What he's thinking is that ball on the side rail.
The 9-ball. I think it's the 9-ball. It
Yeah.
is the 9-ball.
That could be,
It could be an out-ball.
it could be one of his key balls. Yeah, like the 9 to the 3, right? But he's got so many options here. The 10 is actually a good key ball too.
Are you saying Putin or Poutine? Well, if I had to choose a sponsor, I'm certainly going to go with Putin.
Oh,
because
yeah.
that guy's got a lot of money,
I think he's got a few bucks,
right? So if Putin wants to sponsor me or us, then we could take that money and buy a lot of poutine.
Yeah, we could work some kind of deal, I'm
We
sure.
could work a deal.
Oh, look how convenient this is.
I know somebody that knows how to put deals together.
Super convenient that he landed straight in on that ball, because
Right.
now he can use the 3 to get to... He's rolling them in nice now.
He sure is.
And you know he wants that 200. Well, he wants more than 200, but he wants the 200.
Oh, look at this. Rack 7 break edited. Sure. That's what we do here.
What happened? Break edited?
We have a commenter or a guy. Come on, rack 7. It's break edited.
Like he's implying that.
Yeah, that we're not recording live,
Oh,
which is kind of tough to do when the button says
live. Yeah, we're 100% live. You know how I know? Because I'm
we're
sitting
answering,
here.
right? And we're answering the questions, and yeah,
That's another good way to know.
right?
Yeah. Sweepstakes was glitching in the site. Would not let you pay. Would not let G pay. Maybe Google Pay or something like that.
Right. Well, everybody, make sure you've liked and followed and all the things, and we'll just do a shutdown, restart it. See if we can get rid of the glitch.
Yeah, I'm certain
little
it's
bug.
the weather.
Yeah. I am
Certainly
too,
it's
but
weather.
I figured what the heck, we'll give it the old college try, do a quick shutdown restart once he misses again, and see if we can't try to help that glitch find a way to find another spot to hide.
It should be noted that we're recording this from another angle as well.
Yeah, we are.
So if there's any question, we do have another angle recording, and it's not a live feed. So John looking good here to probably just go lightly into the stack.
Ball sitting as a duck.
Yeah, he can go rail first and make that, I think, or he can just see straight through to it. I like, see how attentive Dave is? He got out of the way. He was like sitting right down the barrel of this shot, so he just moved over. That's a good racker that John's got himself there today,
Yep.
right? He's paying very close attention.
No doubt. FYI, the website, the GPay would not work. That's interesting.
GPay, I assume that's Google
Pay, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Not sure why that is.
Interesting. It's got to be one of the only forms of payment that it doesn't
Yeah,
work.
everything else, I do believe we're with PayPal. I think we got all the options, or I thought we did.
And KS, we're not talking about politics, so
Yeah.
we'll keep that to a different stream.
Yep.
We're watching some pool.
It is true.
Well, John wasn't thrilled there. As we mentioned earlier, he never wants the cue ball on the rail. You know?
Well, and not straight on the rail either. I don't know if he's quite straight, but
He's got yeah, he was dead straight. But this is fine. He can shoot balls
yeah,
up table.
he just cheated a ball in there, so I mean that's no issue.
This is much different than the first 2 days we watched on the tight table. He can afford to take these shots up table, no problem. Or he could shoot the ball on the side.
He could. The 6 ball.
Yeah. And I don't think
I think
wants
he's
to do
got a
that.
clear path right to that 6 ball. Problem is what do you do afterwards? Right? Draw maybe over to middle table for the 1.
Yeah, but I don't think he wants to shoot the 1. He's going to have to. But I thought he would be trying to leave the 1 there. I suppose the
He's
13
got
is
the
a pretty
13
good
as
break ball,
As
too.
a break ball, yep.
Just a little low, I'm sure, for his liking. Oh, he hammered this. Where's he going? Perfect. He's going perfect. That's a good shot.
So as soon as he gets out on this rack, I will go and check the weather just to make sure that it's still raining out there.
It's still sprinkling.
Yeah.
Thankfully not pouring
No.
yet. Yet being the key word. We're due for some rain. Perfect angle on the key ball to get to the break ball. And that'll put him at 126.
Seems to be a
Through 9
familiar
rounds.
number today. He gets to 126 rather quickly.
This will be the second time today he's got there. He's got a run of 103, 106, and 140 today.
And I will be right back.
So you know he wants the 200 for sure. He's going to start paying extra attention, I believe, on some of these shots. And he'll kind of play to the crowd and, you know, chat it up, laugh it up, and then when it gets to the business end of it, he'll start getting a little quieter just to try to laser in the focus a bit. Real nice break shot there. Looks like he's going to cut this 5 ball. Big pocket over there by the 3. Uses all of it. All so far looks like maybe the 10. But I tend to think he'll probably disturb the 4-1, although he could play short side on it and shoot one of them up table. Yeah, I figured he would disturb them, but he didn't move the 10, so that's handy. That's handy. 10 stayed in a good break position for him. Wonder how many you could make on a Chinese 8-ball table. Yeah, that's a curious thought. I would have to think probably not many. Let me see if I can get these spammers real quick. YouTube spammers. Bye-bye. Bye-bye to one of them. There was 2 right in a row. All right. What's he got here? Looks like probably the 12. He's going to take the 6 up table. Nothing wrong with this. A little longer than he would like, but it's okay. He's got to stay clean on the pot, which he does. Super smooth stroke. The guy's looking pretty dialed in today. Oh, he slides between those balls beautifully. Really good control there. So we'll see what he chooses here. Maybe the 1, then the 12 up table, or possibly the 11 first. Yeah, Tim, that's a good little thing to pick up on. That's a great way to clean the balls real quick. Just kind of get the cloth on there with the triangle on the balls and just mix them around lots. That'll polish them up quick. Really nice out there from John for the 10th rack. He's on 140. Tying his high run of the day. So pretty good angle here on the break shot. I would expect him to do some more damage here during this inning. See if he can put up a 200 for us today. Real good angle. Let's see if I can show you guys just a bit of a different view here from the top end. Give you an idea of what his break shot looks like. And then I'll return us to the side camera to get a better view of how much the pack is going to open up here when he hits this. Looks like he's going to hit it with a high ball. 2 balls going into the 2. Force follows down to the end. And he's on a couple of different balls. Really nice break shot there. Really well controlled. Cody likes the top end better. Yeah, we don't mind it for like the break shot. But then I feel like for most of the balls during a straight pool rack, it's pretty far away. So with the side angle, we get a bit of a better view. I know it's a little more glary because of the window in the background, but I feel like we get a better idea of some of the strokes John's putting on these balls as well. Should shoot that stripe on the side rail. I believe it's a 15. Clear the lane for the 8. That's indeed what he does, and floats down here for the 5 next. So he is going to have to develop a break ball here. I believe the 6 is not far enough out away from the rack. So he should be looking at doing something there soon. He's kind of looking at using the 9. Cutting the 9, sending the cue ball into maybe the 7, but it's not 100% sure to be on a ball after, so I don't know if he'll do that. Gonna shoot the 4, pinch the pocket a little, and now maybe shoot the 6 and try to push some balls down underneath the rack and use an underneath the rack break shot. Oh, and he might have got jammed in between them. I think he's okay. He's still got the 9, but that could have turned out real bad. So he switches hands pretty quick. Pretty comfortable switching hands, and he nudges the 11 to a break position. I believe he's nudged that 11 to the perfect position. He would love for it to be just a little bit further away from the rack, but I'm pretty sure that works great. Stretching it out a little. Obviously got to be getting a little bit sore. A little bit stiff. A little bit tired. This guy has been hitting an incredible amount of balls over the last few days. Doesn't take any risks. So does he get on the 8 now? And I think it's a pretty good window. Oh, he's shooting. So that ball must not work as a break ball. So he's going to use the 8 as a break ball, but he came up well short here. He came up well short of the mark here. Now he's going to have to come with a pretty good positional shot. Needs to land right there, right where he put his Q-tip. And shoot the stripe and get the cue ball right onto the side rail, so when he shoots the 8, he can send the cue ball into the pack. Oh, he had enough to roll that in the side. Oh, that was handy. That was handy.
That will do the trick.
Oh, I just kicked 2 bots. Oh, he got there. He got there. Just
Nice.
enough.
Let's have a look at that other angle too. See if we can see exactly how much angle he's got.
Not much, but
Not
sufficient
much.
amount to chip the corner of the rack.
Correct, and we've seen him with this exact shot just on the other side of the table already once today.
Look there. Look how quick they are.
I think this is the same one, no?
No, there's more.
Holy Hannah.
I know. Unbelievable, right? I'm telling you, when I was watching the match room this morning, they
Yeah.
were everywhere on that, too. The
That's
difference
crazy.
was Matchroom wasn't even trying to keep up with it.
Really?
Oh, yeah, they just let it go. I don't think there's anyone moderating their
I see.
YouTube chat. Because I've seen all kinds of stuff in that YouTube chat. You wouldn't believe the things people say is unreal. All right, John chatting it up to the crowd over there. So maybe we can... No, we won't switch to a poster. But we will switch to the side view to watch John shoot this ball. Chatting it up with the crowd.
Should be 154.
Oh, man. I'm terrible at that.
You and I both.
Why do I want it to be a 6
Right?
when I know it's a 4? Good catch. Good catch.
Yes. Oh, great
Oh,
break.
beautiful, beautiful. And he's on the 3.
He's on the 3.
I assume that's TJ. What's up, TJ? Under Donna Owers.
He's over in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So I only got to catch a little bit of the match while you were on the stream.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch the entirety of it, but I did watch a couple of frames. Yeah, people say bad things on the internet? No
Yeah,
way.
Right? Say it ain't so.
So what's he got here? Pretty good layout. He's going to shoot this stripe near the bottom of the stack and send the cue ball into the pack. He should be on the 9 ball or possibly a couple other balls after he goes into this. Yeah,
Wow.
beautiful, beautiful.
That just split open really nicely.
And this is handy. I think he's on the 1 or the 4. And he's got the 13. He nudged that stripe over. Perfect break position. He's also got the 2 if he doesn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked good in that shirt. That's right. He was rocking a nice jam-up custom shirt.
That shirt looked pretty sick.
Alan, highest run today. You're watching it.
Yep, this is it.
He has runs of 103, 106, and 140 today. And right now he's on 160 plus. Well, it's a little bit to do with the weather outside today. We got some overcast weather going on.
Grant, are you impressed yet? Damien, come on now. That's an understatement. I think it was yesterday where yesterday was a whole new level for me. the display of cue ball control he put on yesterday was unbelievable.
Yeah, Damien Grant's a straight pool player now.
Yeah, I'm fully in it.
He's done with 8-ball. It's over.
And for those that don't know, that is the man, the myth, and the legend behind Jam Up Apparel. I'm just the janitor over there.
Just a pretty face.
I'm not even a pretty face. Do you know how many people don't know that I, in fact, am part of Jam Up?
Yeah, we're all betting this is going to be a big one, but it's really going to depend on what happens on these next 2 shots.
Yeah.
But I think he's in good shape. Can use the 2 as his break ball. So it's a stun out to middle table here. Not too far. Yeah, he came too far. So at first glance, you look at it and you think, well, what's wrong with that? He's in a really tough spot here to get on the proper side of the 2 next.
I think he just power forward with some left hand, 2 rails, come up by that side pocket.
Well, and usually, I would totally agree, but the slippery cloth, it won't grab enough.
Oh, that's very true.
It'll just slide. You might even go straight in the back of the 2, and then you're really dead, you know? So I like what he's looking at here. Take the side shot.
Yeah.
Take what the table gives you. We talk about that all the time, right? Okay, this is 6-8. I know that.
It is a big day for Jam Up Apparel. Biggest drop in 2 years, guys.
Yeah, you guys slammed a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
All brand new. It's like a brand new website.
Awesome.
Yeah. So head on over, check it out. jamupapparel.com. Lots of new stuff on the website, including the collaboration jerseys between Predator and Jam Up Apparel.
All right, here we go.
That was well timed.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He avoids the scratch. He gets the cue ball out. What a shot. What a shot.
Very well done.
That could be a little end game situation that we're going to remember later on when he puts up a big number here. Very smart to recognize taking in the side. I know personally I get caught all the time trying to get on that break ball. And John just switches gears so well. I don't think he panics about what ball he's going to use for the break ball. That's something I've definitely learned over the last couple of days. Well, he's got the extension out, reaching long for this one.
Kyle says, I've got a Jam Up custom shirt. It's super comfortable and I love it. Indeed. That is the one thing we take a lot of pride in at Jam Up.
Is Brian Parks still with Jam Up? I don't think so, right? Brian Parks? He was like U.S. amateur champion 5 years in a row or something.
Damien would know that better than I would.
Damien would know for sure. Jake says he better calm down if he wants to run a high run. He seems very edgy and kind of weird.
It amazes me.
It should be noted that the conditions are slightly tougher today because it's raining outside. So it's a little more humid in here. Balls are a little sticky. Well, not sticky, but stickier than he would like. So we'll see what he's got here. He doesn't really have a good break ball. I don't think the 2 is a good break ball. So he's going to shoot it right now and gain angle on the 1 to go into the 14 and the other stripe on the side rail. But he needs to nudge a break ball unless he's going to use the 7.
Does Jam Up customize jerseys? Indeed we do. That's what we're known for.
They do. They do awesome custom work, James. The best in the industry. Yeah, he didn't have too many situations where he had to alter course in the 626. Damien, you lucky boy, you got to watch it. I can't wait to watch that 626. Very, very dry conditions.
I would agree.
And look at this, he's nudged a break ball.
Yep.
He's got a perfect break ball right beside the stack. I don't think he'll mind that. It's a little close to the stack, but that's not a problem.
I wish pro players dressed like pro snooker players. I do not. I don't think pool needs to go to that same high class as what snooker is. to be dressed in your Sunday best with a vest. Not sure if that's the best.
I have varying opinions on the situation. I'm not sure which direction the game needs to go. I definitely know it needs to be classed up a lot. Players shouldn't be wearing like baggy shirts and, you know, their pants around their ankles and stuff, right? It needs to be clean. But yeah, I don't know if it needs to go as far as like waistcoats and bow ties. Yeah, Brandon, for sure they do great custom jerseys for big fitting. Big and tall, they would call it, right?
I agree.
Pretty nice out there because it didn't look so easy.
Tim says, hey guys, how the heck do you stay so focused for long periods of time? That is something that even Ben and Biller, or you know what I mean? We could keep naming names, but I'll tell you what, to remain that focused for that amount of time is crazy.
I think that's one of the hardest things about pool. Like if we use golf as a comparison, golf, you hit the ball off the tee, and then you take about 5, maybe 10 minutes to walk to the next shot.
Yep.
Pool is not like that.
Nope.
There is 10 seconds to the next shot, and there's 10 seconds to shot after that. And something like John is doing now, shooting a ball every 20 seconds.
No doubt.
Sometimes quicker. And how do you stay focused for that long? Bang Time Pool says on YouTube, let me see you shoot with a shirt and tie. Like, that's where I'm confused because I want the game to be more professional, but I don't want to play in those clothes. When I watch them play snooker on TV, I'm like, even that long sleeve dress shirt, it's tight. You know,
is.
like those sleeves are tight, and it's like, it's got to be so awkward.
No doubt.
And the bow tie,
Yeah.
like their collar is like
Nope.
choking them, and the
Nope.
bow tie is there, and it's like,
Being
oh, man.
claustrophobic, you will not see me in a bow tie, ever.
Yeah, pretty tough. Tim Hogan's a golf pro.
Very nice. Why does the video... God, these guys are quick. But I'm on them, guys.
183 is somebody's high run on the YouTube. That's pretty sporty. But yeah, it's sick. My high run's 106, and John flies by it like 8 times a day.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Like, and he's distraught when he beats it. Like, he runs a 140. He's like distraught.
Is he trying to break the world record or what? Can you explain it for me and all the new people? Of course.
So he is indeed trying to beat the record of 714. But it's not.
It's not an easy feat, right? This is day 2 on this table. He's only got 2 more days after this. So it's kind of I won't say rushed, but it's a compressed time frame. And so we've had conversations with John already, and if it doesn't happen in the next couple of days, he may be back just before the Canada Open. We'll bring him back here and give him a good 3-week run.
And it's not all about beating the world record here. John said he'd be pretty thrilled if he could run 200 balls a day.
Yeah.
A couple of times for 4 days straight. That's an achievement.
They want us commentators, those bots. They can keep trying. They're not going to win this battle.
And yeah, Jay Ferguson, as we were saying, definitely the weather is being a factor today.
Yeah, kind of a rainy, gloomy day.
Yeah, and Shaw ran his 7:14, 2 hours, 39 minutes. It's pretty crazy. That's real quick. I think it's very necessary to play that quick too, trying to put up these big numbers. Look at this power stroke. He was trying to get by that ball, but he's okay.
He is.
Still shooting. But this is a very key rack for him to get over 200. That's why you see him. He ain't thrilled with the way these balls have opened up.
Or not opened up.
Exactly.
Lack of opened up.
Exactly. He's wishing this was a little easier. This is being attempted at the Leather Pocket in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Make sure if you guys are in the area, come check it out in person. Lots of seating around the table.
Yeah, absolutely. If you happen to be in Calgary, come on down.
Well, what does he do here? Does he shoot the 15 up table and try to gain a better angle on the 3? Yeah, that's what he's going to do. So he's going to try to draw back. Very precise draw shot needed here. And look
He's
at that.
there
He lands it
on-
on a dime.
That's crazy.
That is so hard to do. That's something that's the kind of shot where pool just does not get the recognition
Oh,
it deserves.
no.
He's jammed himself. And that's why he didn't like that. You could tell right from the start he knew even if he landed perfect on the 3, he's in big trouble. He can cut this 12 in. He said I got about as
Can he thin that 12 to the side?
yeah. I think he can, but he doesn't like it. He's looked at it a couple times. He hates it.
No, I mean, you're back cutting what 90 degrees there.
I
That
do
is-
think that's a much better shot than the
Play it off.
4.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. The 4 is
Yeah, like
that
he
4 is some tough.
he looked
even
at
looked
cutting
at
that 4.
playing that
That's crazy.
playing the 12 off the 5 ball.
I think that's lower percentage than the
I
cut.
do too. Just straight cut it in.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Big shot in this run. The biggest shot so far in this run.
Mm-hmm.
It's loading it up. Oh, it didn't even
Nope.
cut. That cut weird, didn't it?
It did.
Did he get maybe a little skid there?
No, I don't think so. He's going to try it again off the 5. and see
Yeah,
if
the
that-
in off. Yeah, you can never set it up the same anyway.
Yeah.
So he had 5 balls left up there, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So 192.
192 is the run.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Nope.
I'd be
thrilled.
exactly like we said yesterday. I'd be doing laps around the room, high five in the
Oh,
crowd,
no doubt.
calling my mom.
Well, the problem is, and I think this is where John gets to live by the sword and die by the sword, because he makes it look so easy. The expectation is really high, and the fact that he does have the 626.
Oh, reboot. Can we reboot?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Give us 5 minutes, or not even.
Yeah, good call there, Tim Hogan.
Yeah.
Good call. Thank you,
Very
sir.
good. All right, guys. So we are going to do a quick shutdown restart. Again, make sure that you've liked the Facebook page. Turn on your notifications if you're on YouTube. Make sure you've subscribed and turn on the bell. That way you're notified when we do come back. We won't be long. It'll take us literally 2 minutes, and we'll bring it right back here, guys. So we'll be right back